Hello and welcome to the penultimate podcast of July. We are Easy Allies, and we got a show coming at you today. I am Michael Huber, joined by Daniel Bloodworth.
Hello.
Joined by the returning Isla Hink.
Hi.
Greetings. Missed you.
Half back.
Half bag,
I got a very bizarre con plague where it's just a sore throat and I'm a little tired. Nathan from Aftermath got the same thing, and we both kept expecting it to turn into a bigger cold, but so far it has not.
Dang.
And now today my voice is kind of shot, but otherwise
You sound
I'm fine.
great.
Yeah, thank you.
We are also joined by Michael Damiani.
Hello. How's it
Damiani
going?
what was the last Batman animated series episode you watched? The newest one?
The trial. The one where, like,
Dude,
every
the
single
Joker is
Batman
the
villain-
judge?
Yeah, again, also, like, Dark Knight Rises. It's like,
Yep,
it's Crane instead. Like, it's just
Nice.
Hell yeah.
so good.
And in the control room making it all happen, Don Casanova.
Hello.
And the resident Tony Stark hater, Gabby Montoot. Hello. I hope everyone is having a good time wherever you are listening or watching this podcast from. Thank you for joining us today or whenever you
good time.
are tuning in. All right. Thanks everybody for the support. Last week jumping into the Patreon and just upping some pledges. Just wanted to give a shout out to everyone really helping us out. We definitely need the support, but it was just really nice, and
We got some new people in there for
Yeah,
sure. And some people dropped in some one-time
Thank you
donations.
so much,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thanks.
so hello to all the newcomers, and thank you to all the old comers as well. All right, on today's episode, we are going to go over Isla's trip to Tenno. So pumped. Isla went to TennoCon. Very excited about that. A couple trips today, actually. We're also going to go over Don's trip to California Extreme.
Yes, my annual pilgrimage to the greatest arcade show of the West.
So freaking sick, dude. Yes.
Pumped to share some photos.
Yeah. We are also going to be on Goaty Watch yet again. A lot of Goaty Watches on this podcast lately, talking about Donkey Kong Bananza.
DK.
I played a bunch of that on the plane.
Nice.
That game, here's the deal.
10 out of 10.
I tried it. I know we're not talking about it yet, but I tried it during TennoCon when I was exhausted. And like in the tutorial part, I was like, I don't know. And then as soon as I got like into the first world, I was like, oh, this game rules.
Hell yeah. Also, I have been playing quite a bit of Wuchang Fallen Feathers, the newest Souls-like games. So if you're into Souls-likes, be ready for that.
To hear.
Yeah. I've got a lot of thoughts. I even got the notebook out for this because it is a dense game.
Nice.
Yeah. Bloodworth has been playing Shadow Labyrinth.
Yeah.
I also played a little bit, so I'll be able to talk to you just a tiny bit about it too.
Cool.
And then we have an Into the Fire preview. I actually have no idea what that is.
Yeah. We'll get into it.
Yep.
But it's one of the things I saw in Krakow.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then also the June sales report.
Nice. Full transparency. I've already seen it.
Okay.
I saw
Cheers.
everything about it.
Yeah.
I'm not. There's no way I was waiting. It's too big. Plus, the headlines were everywhere about it, so you couldn't avoid it.
Yeah,
I'm
there were some
excited.
discussions going on for sure.
I'm excited about it. All right, let's dive in first to the returning Isla. Isla went to TennoCon.
Tenno.
Tell us all about it.
Yo. TennoCon was sick. The Tenno concert was honestly shockingly good. I didn't, it was the first time they've done a concert and I didn't know what to expect. I figured it would be like pretty good, but have some issues. The only issue was in the live mix, the vocals could have been a little higher, but like other than that, totally great. But apparently the live stream sounded incredible. So you can watch the live stream. It's actually, I linked it in the description of the video that Donna's playing right now, which was another highlight. I hung out with Luality like the entire weekend.
That's awesome.
The streamer who Sophia and I know from her Baldur's Gate stuff, but she also beat Elden Ring on a dance pad, that sort of thing.
God.
Okay, I didn't know about that one. I met her without having any context for who she was. So it was just I checked out her streams afterwards.
She's wonderful. She's gregarious and high energy and very fun.
Yeah, she's super sweet.
Just friendly to everybody. I sort of just she was like, okay, let's. I was like, I'm gonna go shoot my kind of video, and she's like, oh, can I come? And I was like, hell yeah. And then I was like, you kind of just go for it. You go for it. So it's more of a Luality video than a me video. But, oh yeah, her convention of when speaking about female characters, plot and gameplay, I really love. So that's Ember's gameplay right there in the B-roll. I think that's a very funny way to talk about characters. Yeah.
It's funny though because it actually has some logic because when you're looking at a cutscene, you're looking at a character's front and their face, and then when you're playing the game, you're looking at their backside. The whole time.
That I had not thought about that. There's a method to her madness. Luality knows what's up. But TennoCon was about Soulframe and Warframe. Soulframe had an incredible demo. Huber, if you have not seen this demo, you need to see it. There's a bear named Bromius who is trying to grow this acorn. It literally, I almost cried. The song is so powerful. The music.
You said Soulframe?
Soulframe, yeah.
Yeah, Soulframe looks so good. Every time I see that game.
I have a really nice interview with Sydney and Scott, the narrative lead and lead designer on Soulframe up as well that you should watch, everybody. We were talking about how it's sort of like a balm for the modern era. It's the game that we need right now because it's just so positive.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It's about healing the land kind of and all that. It's sorry, my voice is kind of weird. It's just a really lovely game, and they're in Preludes 10. Preludes is their pre-alpha. So people are the community is sort of helping build the game as it's going, and they let the floodgates open during TennoCon. Everyone who's ever applied got in, and they said something like 1.3 million people were on the wait list.
Holy moly!
And I think that they had let in maybe a little over half that, so they almost doubled the player base over the weekend.
That's pretty cool.
And so now it's back to a wait list and you'll get let in piecemeal, but the list is shorter so that you're more likely to get in. So if you haven't gotten in and want to, sign up because they'll be letting more people in now for that. And it's just a really nice game. I got in a few Preludes ago, 5 or 7 or something last year before TennoCon.
That's cool.
It's a neat game.
I'm looking at the key art of the bear. It looks really awesome.
Oh my God, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Seriously, watch that gameplay demo, Huber. It's really, really something else. It's stay to the end because it's worth it. There's some gameplay stuff in the middle that, might not interest you as much, but the beginning and the end are very strong.
Awesome.
And then for Warframe, they announced the old piece, which is... this will make sense to you if it makes sense to you, but if you don't play Warframe, it'll be nonsense. But it's what the operator is up to while the Drifter is doing 1999. Sorta, it's a memory thing. It takes place sort of after Lotus Eaters. There's actually a bit of a controversy in our video because I did an interview with Megan and Danielle. Check that out; it's up now. Where Megan kind of. Something that Steve had said in the press announcement that they didn't exactly say live was that they were toying with the idea of letting newer players or getting you into the old piece earlier in the story. And some people were taking issue with that because there's a character in it that's kind of integral to it that you meet way later in the story. So it wouldn't exactly make sense. And Megan sort of in the forums, and I pinned it in the video, kind of reiterated like it's kind of more of a thought experiment of, can we put this earlier? Would it make sense? But they're leaning toward after Lotus Eaters as well, which makes the most sense story-wise, because that's where it branches into 99 and old Peace. It would make sense. It makes sense if you know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, I sound like a raving lunatic.
Mad ramblings.
Mad ramblings. But yeah, and they also announced the 63rd Warframe. They've kind of hinted at the 62nd Warframe, but they didn't.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's legit.
They didn't show it. It's actually a demon-themed one named Uriel, which looks cool.
Love demons.
And then they also have 2 new proto frames, one for Harrow and one for Wisp. And Wisp looks
Tenno.
amazing. Their proto frames are like the people versions, the people that the Orokin based the sexy meat robots on.
Okay.
Listen, it makes sense if you know what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah.
Warframe is very crazy, but yeah, TennoCon was great. It was really great to see
Seems very wholesome.
friends
Really good
that I
community.
made last year. Oh my god, that's
Just
one
celebrating
of
the love of the game is so cool.
That's one of the best things about TennoCon is like everyone is just so positive. Like Warframe
Yeah.
and especially Soulframe, like those communities are like really some of the nicest in gaming. Like there's something about those games, I guess that maybe because it's not PvP, but like it just engenders kind of a positive vibe, which is really nice.
Been out since 2013.
Yeah.
That's why this was special. This was the 10th TennoCon.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Nice.
So it was-
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it was the 10th TennoCon.
No.
TennoCon.
But yeah, the game's been around for like 13 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw something. I don't know if it came out of TennoCon or something, like an interview, but they said something about they actually never got Switch 2 dev kits. That's why there's not a Switch 2
They said
version of
that-
Warframe yet.
They said that at the in one of the I can't remember if it was in the because we got like a press preview of the announcements or if they said that on the thing, but it was in the press room. Yeah, the press preview. They said like we were like, hey, because they were talking about the Android version that they demoed actually finally was coming out there, or it's gonna hopefully go into beta in the fall. But they were like, can you please make the Switch 2 version run better? Because it's on Switch 2, but it's not super optimized. It doesn't really look very good. I have it on my Switch 2, and I did play some of it on there.
The Switch 1 version, I believe.
It's just the
right?
Switch 1 version.
Right.
Yeah.
Which was
John, can you go back and pause on
apparently
that?
it's like really
NES
was
wall?
really popular. It's like one of the most download. It was one of the most it's heavily like a lot of people played Warframe on Switch 1 apparently. Yeah.
I want to see those games.
Huber's getting distracted by the B-roll that
That's
the
us.
listeners cannot see. But
Sorry. There's
a
wall.
barcade with a bunch of NES
So I went to a
games.
A
barcade.
ton. Oh my god, off-road NES, dude.
boy.
Let's go.
Ice hockey. Fester's Quest is in there. That's the best place to put Fester's Quest because nobody wants to play that.
NES Batman.
Is there a
Gold cartridge of
segue? Are we going
Zelda.
to calibration cutting off here?
No. We're not. Huber's just distracted. That's all.
Yep.
Where were you? Where were you, Isla?
Oh, the Switch 2 thing, yeah. So yeah, they had said, I was in the room when Megan said that yeah, Nintendo never sent them a dev kit. And they're a huge company. Like these dev kits are so cagey. They're so cagey.
That is wild.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if Sophia
Like
can
such a
make me
successful
silver
game,
shirt.
Warframe, not even getting one.
Oh,
There's
thank you,
there's
baby.
ideas about why, but none of them great. But yeah, that was kind of
Why?
shocking to learn. I mean, there's no confirmation. One is that Nintendo wants to control what games are on there and want to put as much focus on their first party stuff. The other is they
The
wanted
store's already flooded with hentai. What are they talking about?
and it's like, well, that I don't really believe that one. The other one was like control leaks. Like the fewer people have them in advance, the
Right.
less. And the only companies that seem to have them were their Japanese third parties, and then like CD Projekt Red had one because Nintendo
Launch
approached them
game.
like years ago with the Switch 2 dev kit. Anyway,
You'd
I
think
was just
Warframe-
shocked. I was shocked
you'd
at
think
how big
Warframe
Warframe
would get
is.
one, yeah,
yeah,
'cause-
exactly. And the point I was trying to make, sorry, was that it is one of the most downloaded digital games on Switch 1. Period.
Yeah.
and
'Cause
you'd
it's a
think
free-to-play-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was very surprised to hear that. Sorry.
No, it's like, and I've played it on my Switch 2 a bit. It runs fine. It just kind of looks like a Switch game. just kind of grody looking. Like, but that game would be like, especially because over the last few years they've done a lot of glow ups on Warframe, like with the DLSS or whatever. It would really sing, I think, on the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Plus, it's that perfect middle ground between playing it on your phone and like, you know, having a console. Because it works fine on the phone, but it, again, LOD and stuff isn't great. Anyway, TennoCon was great. The concert was amazing. I really recommend watching the concert if you have any familiarity with Warframe on there at all. Like, there were pyrotechnics, like spurts of flame. There we go. Sparks. Like, they had a hard, like, death metal guy come out and scream. Thank you, baby. Scream, sing, and everything. Like, it was just really fun.
Nice.
This
Norwegian
magic drink will make it so my voice works again, hopefully. Solbashaft. Anyway, that's TennoCon. Check out Warframe. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm hyped on Soulframe. Like,
Soulframe, dude. It's
heavily hyped.
It's cool, and they've actually to speak a little more on Soulframe, if you're interested, they're working on making it, you know, because at first blush it looks pretty Souls-like, but they're actually kind of differentiating the combat a little more, and they're gonna have a thing where they were saying, sort of like Absolver, where you can make your own sort of martial arts book, where you take the things you learn and put them on your characters.
Nice.
Like book or not. So like if you want perfect dodge, you put it in your kit and you have it. If you want parry, you put it in there, but if you don't want it, you don't need it. So that was kind of an interesting idea. They also talked about motes, which are like little things you can put on your weapons that'll kind of level up as they go, but they're like living things. So they're like cute little weird spirits that like live in your weapons, and you like feed them like corruption and they get better. Like,
whoa,
that's kind of neat.
Sick.
TennoCon.
Tenno. Awesome, Isla. Super pumped. Glad you got to enjoy that. Looked really wholesome and jolly.
Did I ever tell you why they're called Tenno?
Because of the in-universe description or something?
Well, the guy's name was Tenno in Dark Sector or whatever, but like the real in-game reason, did I ever tell you that?
I don't think so.
It's a spoiler, but if people care, plug your ears for a second. But the ship that all the space children come from is the Zeraman 10-0. Or 10-0.
Got it.
Sick.
Which I think is pretty cool.
That is cool. All right, Bloodworth, you are up next with Into the Fire.
Yeah.
From the makers of The Invincible.
Yes. So, so when I went to Krakow for Bloober Team brought me out for Kronos, which we'll have a preview up and interview up as well fairly soon. I came a little bit early, stayed an extra day, and I was like,
shit.
Who else is in Krakow, right? And I found out that Star Wars Industries was there, and I really enjoyed The Invincible, and they've been working on Into the Fire. And I was just like, I just got a hold of my contacts and be like, hey, would they be down to meet? I don't need to do any coverage or anything like that. But not only did they let me stop by the studio, they actually gave me like a fresh build that they had finished like half an hour before I got there.
Oh, fun! That's cool.
To check out the game a little bit. So if you haven't seen this, they showed it off. I think the trailer we're playing right now was in the III showcase or Future Game Show or something like that. I remember
this now.
Anyways, the Into the Fire, it's like sort of like a firefighting game with a volcano and fire demons and all kinds of stuff going on.
Demons.
It's basically a roguelite, and it's got both the scientific side of firefighting and volcanic stuff, as
it
well
looks
as
so
the visual
intense.
side.
Flames everywhere. Guy like axing windows and using a hose. This is crazy.
Way better than that real firefighters game for sure.
Right. Well, that's the thing they were saying is that like there's not a lot of games where you do this, right? Like the ones that there are very like
the 2D side scroller
simulator
one. That one's fun.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah. And then they describe it as disaster extraction survival.
Great.
And so
there's going to be a sequel called Earthquake or something.
But because this wasn't like
Quake.
organized for them to like show off to press or anything like that, like that was one of the things that was kind of interesting to see. It is like
great logo.
I got to see it earlier than we typically get to see games, right? And with like a lot of placeholder stuff in there, and so like there were like NPCs that were just named NPC. Like you could.
But listen,
like,
I was talking about this recently with somebody. I appreciate that over using AI to make a placeholder. Like, just literally write placeholder.
Yeah.
Like,
thank you.
I will take that or Lorem Ipsum sneaking into a game over AI slop any day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on. Sorry if you can hear this person just like laying on their horn outside.
I can't. Thankfully.
Okay, good.
But then like we're like when I'm spraying the water, like you could see the hit markers that are there just for like so that they can test and see where like the range is and stuff like that. And then like mini game mechanics, it's like they haven't actually designed the mini game yet, but there's just like a placeholder thing where there's like a cursor going over a white bar and like you just click it to keep it in the bar until it's done. And so just stuff like that where it's like they're working on like getting all the stuff ironed out, and then they'll put that they'll flesh it out more as time goes on. And that's actually one of the things that they're saying is that like even they themselves refer to the Invincible as a walking simulator. And
it's not a negative.
And and so they're really confident in like their ability to deliver on the art and the story elements of the game. So with this, like right now, it's like they're just really focused on like getting the gameplay down, getting it balanced.
The fire mechanics look addicting, I dare I say a little power wash simulator element of like, let me clear all the flames everywhere.
Good point.
But you're
the game for fire, that water, Wave Race was for water.
But Huber, you're limited because you've got that tank on your back, and so you can only hold so much water at a time. So it's like you spray, but then you've got to like go to like a well or find a spigot or something to like fill up on water.
Wow.
But the heat is like a big part of it too. So it's like the level like has like all like sort of like invisible tiles where like the heat transfers from tile to tile and the fire spreads. And similarly, like you have like a heat meter, and so like if you start getting too hot, you've got to cool yourself down before you start losing health.
Check that door for heat.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then you've got the axes where you can bust down doors and stuff, but then later on you can upgrade and get a hammer to like smash like actually through walls.
Nice.
And so you've got the standard like kind of overhead swing, and then you've got like kind of a heavy like sideways swing that can also get stuff that's lower, like crates and stuff, get it out of the way.
And are you just responding to fires that are going down? Is that the mission structure?
So basically, they're still kind of going with like the kind of like retro futuristic kind of vibe. And so it's kind of like 70s style things. Like this guy, Frank, he's got these like massive sideburns. He's got like a Robert Redford kind of look to like.
Hell yeah. Alexander Pierce.
But basically, like he's like a photojournalist that comes to this island, this volcanic island, and then soon after he gets there, then the volcano goes and they've lost all communication with the outside world and
Dante's
stuff.
Peak.
And so you have like this base camp that you go from and go out to try to rescue different people and
Blood,
stuff.
give me a roguelite with a hub where you can get permanent upgrades, and I am locked.
Yep, I'm getting there.
In. Yeah.
And then, and so you go out on these missions, and you've got to bust into rooms, and you can hear people scream and like kind of like triangulate like where that scream is coming from to try to find them. And you go back to these levels like multiple times, and so like where people are is going to be different, and where there's also like these like seismograph kind of machines. That's where the mini game comes up, and so you need to get the data out of these seismograph machines, but you're also trying to save as many people as you can and as many animals as you can too. There's animals to save as well.
Death Stranding.
And so, but then like once you start getting into some of these runs, then a time limit pops up, and so you've got to like do what you can within a time limit, and you might not be able to pull all of that off. And then like the lava's gonna change direction. Like I said, there's little fire demon guys, so there's like these like wispy guys floating around. They're like kind of like the bombs from Final Fantasy in a way. They like just kind of fly at you. And then there's these lizards, and then there's like this like bigger like big like roundish kind of guy with like 3 legs. It's like a boss kind of guy. And there's like these totems and stuff too in some of the villages, and so like if you mess with that totem, then that like will attract the demons. But I think there's reasons to take those out as well. So
when you rescue the humans, where do they go? Do they go back to your hub?
Yeah. So
Awesome.
Basically
I love
like
that too.
when you grab somebody, you bring them back to your sled, and then like when you've done all that you can do, or you've accomplished all your objectives, then you get on the sled and get back to the hub. And so those people that you rescued are going to be there.
Dead Rising.
And some of them are going to have different quests to like, oh, you need to go to this other place. To,
Love that.
And then,
ooh, that sounds so addictive.
like I said, there's the scientific path and there's the mystical path. And so like there are different people that have different beliefs about things, and like kind of like which road you're kind of going to go down.
The gods of the volcano or some shit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like it's not just a volcano, it's like an angry god, right?
Whoa.
So,
What was that game? I played this game with Chris Wen. It was like a Famicom game about firefighting.
Oh, okay.
It was really cool.
I don't remember it.
It was for Famicom or Super Famicom.
So Huber, in addition to like
cool,
just
though.
a regular water hose,
Sounds
you also have like you actually have like a pistol. It looks like a pipe but with a trigger basically. So you have a pistol that you can shoot like a concentrated bit of water, and you also have a 3-barrel shotgun.
A water shotgun? Was it called the Fireman, Isla?
Maybe,
Super-
maybe.
Super Famicom? Yeah, this is totally it. The Fireman.
And then, it was in there in the trailer too. There's zip lines. So zip lines that like get you from
Damiani's
like the
pumped.
higher elevations of the town to back to where your sled is.
Strand game,
Can't tell you how-
Damiani.
yeah, freaking maintaining zip lines, man.
Well, this looks so good, dude. And I'm sure, obviously, a classic permanent upgrade. You can like carry more water.
Right.
That's one.
So you can upgrade things like your suit. Like you can see like some of the armor plating on their suit.
Yeah,
like,
when you're
that's an upgrade.
standing in the flames, does that like start to damage you?
No, yeah.
or-
Well, maybe not damage right away, but your heat will go up.
Okay,
So
and then
there's-
once your heat's all the way up, then you'll start
then
taking
you'll
damage.
definitely start taking
So you
damage.
can probably
yeah,
upgrade that.
And like I said, like then there's all these other hazards and stuff to watch out for. So like in addition to the demons, like sometimes there will be breakable floors where like the fire eats through the floor and then you fall, or there will be like the rocks that come in. That was actually a thing that was like I'm having to contend with. That like they're wanting to tune, but like they're like the volcanic rocks just falling out of the sky, like bombs. And you're like, oh crap, dude! Like I gotta get indoors. I gotta get a roof over my head right now.
Don, what's your take on this? This seems like something you'd be really into.
Oh yeah, extinguisher grenades too.
Yes, this looks like a blast to me. I love this
Yeah.
kind of thing. Just the effects of everything, and just the nonstop action and the elements. Anything where you're just being overwhelmed by elements.
Overwhelmed by
fire,
elements.
particle. I like this, you know.
Overwhelmed by
I always enjoy that.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, and then sometimes just like trying to figure out like, okay, you found the person, like now how you're gonna get out. Like you might just actually like go up to a rooftop and then just like hop off the roof and work your way back to your sled. And then they also, Huber, they talked about missions where you go after the flames subsided and there's just ash, and then you're like using like a blower or something to like blow away ash and find stuff that's hidden, or find survivors that might still be like there in the ash and rescue them that way.
Whoa.
That is an oft overlooked element of firefighting, I think, that like once the fire is out, there's still a lot of hazards to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
I was just reading about, like, dude, yesterday, like, in the San Bernardino, there was a fire, and people were, like, running into the flames to rescue someone. Is there anything more heroic? Running into flames. It's, like, so intense.
Don, go from the trailer, show our, we got 2 exclusive screenshots along for this.
World premiere.
Yeah,
World
basically.
premiere.
Other people will get them, but sometime later from now, but we'll pull
Look
them
at
up
us.
Yeah, look at us.
So
this hub.
this is the hub.
Obsessed,
this is a nice
Blood.
shot of the hub
Yo, that's
looking up at the
cool.
volcano.
Like, the hub in between runs, that is seriously like my safe space in video games. I love hanging out there, just like upgrading shit. It's so fun.
And then Don showed the
Kind of
other
give me
one.
Firewatch vibes a little bit.
Yeah, I was
Sure.
gonna say Firewatch vibes.
Yeah, and then
Whoa!
the shot on the roof. And what's interesting with this one, so this is the flame burning on like that's like the name of the village, the location that you're at. But you can kind of see, so in the distance, things kind of get that comic booky, like
I was noticing that,
detail,
yeah.
self-created kind of thing. It's a really interesting art style that they're pulling over, where they're retaining that comic book art.
That rules, Blood. Holy shit,
And
man.
so similarly, they talked about when you talk to people in the hub, they'll have character portraits, kind of like Persona style, where like it pops up with their like a more detailed face, hand-drawn face.
That effect in that screenshot, I was trying to remember what it was. Valkyria Chronicles does that whenever there's like a fog or smoke effect and you're moving through it. And there's like structures or objects in front of you. It does like that almost exact same thing, which is
like a
really
cell
awesome to see
shading
too.
or something almost?
Yeah, like it's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, so your hub grows as you complete missions, Huber. You got a tent with some collectibles and belongings and stuff in there.
That's where it starts, or how it starts, and then it's like, is the cabin building there, or does the building like expand?
I haven't seen anything to that level.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know for sure, but what you do have is there's a garden. And so that's one of the
Love
things that you
that.
can find out there is you find like seedlings
Oh.
to rescue and bring back.
David Diver.
Yeah. And then the vehicle's kind of like a mobile base, so like your vehicle has storage on it separate than what you're carrying, so you can go back and like swap out some items. And they haven't quite figured out. They want to do something interactive with the vehicle, like riding from the base to the mission, but they haven't quite settled on what they're going to do there yet. And they're going to do an early access release this year with full release next year. But what they're saying is right now, like their team is about half the size of what they had on the Invincible, but they're moving like twice as fast.
Wow.
So they're
Dialed in.
way ahead of like where they were when we're at this point with the Invincible in terms of time.
Looks really good, Bloodworth. Very excited. I will probably wait for the full release,
Yeah.
but holy moly, that's on my radar. So yeah, it says they're aiming for 2026.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good.
Cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
So yeah, thanks for letting me swing by, and not
That's so
exactly
cool.
unannounced. I reached out as soon as I could, but it wasn't in their plans. It wasn't on their schedule. So
Yeah. Alrighty. I have been playing the newest Souls-like
Here we go.
game, Wuchang Fallen Feathers.
Mm-hmm. Bird blight or whatever the heck this is.
Yeah, basically
yeah.
bird blight. Let's get into it. We got a lot of details here. I've been playing, and I will start by saying it's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Good game.
Nice.
Good game.
This is their B-roll that they sent over. I had to threw it over to Dawn.
Yeah. So Wuchang Fallen Feathers.
Birdborn.
I'm playing on PS5 Pro Performance mode. Struggles a little bit to maintain 60. When you're sprinting
Okay.
through the environment,
I
you'll
saw
get some like
some-
stutters and stuff.
Some roughness with the PC version. of
Yeah,
this.
little roughness overall with the production values, I would say, to kind of really embrace that swimming in sevens vibe.
Well, embrace the Souls legacy, right?
You're not
Yeah.
wrong. You're absolutely not wrong, bud. That is good. Blighttown, dude. You are correct. This is a war-torn and plague-stricken land of Shu. And Shu is some like ancient Chinese kingdom, now part of the Sichuan province. And it's during the Ming Dynasty, which was between like 1300s and 1600s. So they're using real world history, but also, you know, taking creative liberties with like demons and plagues and all that. So it's like historical fiction, if you will. There is the namesake of the game, Fallen Feathers. There's like a feathering disease that has overtaken the land.
Yeah, bird blight.
The bird blight. For unknown reasons, you're kind of discovering that as you go. You're learning about people. There's like medical reasons.
Not for reasons unknown.
We honed in on it.
I
was like, Isla's going to say it.
Yeah, it's like, if Huber's not going to do it, I guess I have to do it.
And we are the titular Wuchang. By Wuchang. Yeah. So that's us. She's got amnesia. Classic tropes. Here we go. Amnesia tropes. And then she has like resistance to the feathering. She still has it like on her body and stuff. Like her
she
arm.
looks like she's got a lot of feathers.
This is a armor they're wearing in this clip.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's usually just like her arm is really feathered. So there's that. But yeah, this is a traditional Souls-like in the sense of interconnected zones. You know, we always talked about how Wuchang was a little more linear until you got to like
level by level. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like different acts in that game, so like 1 through 5 acts, and then like the later acts definitely had more paths to go. But already from the get-go in Wuchang, I'll pronunciate so you know what I'm talking about. Wuchang, a lot of ways to go. I mean, you know, when you play a Souls-like game, I'm sure all of you are mapping out all the different ways to go, and you're backtracking, and you're going to peek down this way, and you're going to hold the other way in your brain. You're like, okay, that way leads to somewhere. Let me go see where this place leads. Well, then you go somewhere, and it's like, okay, well now this place leads to like 3 other places. So there's quite a lot of room to explore. Like I was getting lost, not frustratingly or frequently, but I really had to pay attention to the environment, where I was going. And then of course there's a lot of shortcuts, just like a Souls game. You know, you're opening doors, you're hitting cranks to raise platforms and elevators up. There are 5 weapon types. Isla, your pump. There's dual blades, of course.
Yeah, I was just wondering about that, like how because I think that's one of the big things that can differentiate these games is what they do in terms of their weapons. Because some will be like way more focused. Yeah.
So there's 5 core weapons. There's you start with a big 2-handed longsword, which I've been using like for the most of the game. It's freaking sick. There's axes, spears, 1-handed sword, freaking Crouching Tiger vibes, and twin blades.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So then you can equip 2 weapons at once, and the main combat mechanic of Wuchang is the feathering mechanic. When you perfect dodge, or when you perform combos with your weapons, usually, you will gain feathering charges. You can then use those charges to enhance your abilities. You know, you'll have special moves. If you have more charges, they'll be more potent. And then what's really, really fun is you can use those charges for this thing called the quick switch. This is so addicting. It's so fun. You just like click in the stick and you'll swap weapons. But when you swap weapons, it'll be like a transition attack. So, you know, I'm using the longsword and the axe. I'll be hitting them, and then I'll swap to the axe, and she'll like all of a sudden take it out and like jump in the air and slam. So it's like really fun managing your feathering charges and your weapon abilities as well. For example, the longsword has you can parry with that. You know, there's no universal block or parry in this game. It's all about dodging and attacking.
Hell yeah.
Yep, dodging and attacking, the main name of the game. But if you use this longsword like they're doing in this video, perfect timing right now, they're parrying that really, really strong. And then also guard breaking is huge. You know, visceral attacks. We've all done it in Souls games. You break their guard, you do a big visceral attack. What's really fun? Yeah, what's really fun is if you do a charged heavy from behind, immediate stagger, and then you can visceral attack them.
Okay.
So there's not really stealth.
That's what we saw with like the slash marks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's not really stealth. You can creep up on unsuspecting enemies and pull one of those out, but it is a lot about positioning. So dodging behind enemies, getting those big charge R2s from their backside.
Some good gameplay in this outfit here.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, great outfit. Cheek out.
Yeah.
So yeah, the weapons there are weapon skills and discipline skills. The weapon skills are unique to each individual weapon, like I was telling you about the deflect with the longsword. Yeah. But then the discipline skills, there's a huge skill tree. It's a little reminiscent of Wuchang, in the sense that you are constantly unlocking XP to activate these nodes. You know, grid sphere vibes, Damiani, but not interconnected.
Yeah, I saw that Summer Game Fest. Yeah, I saw what it looked like. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 5 different paths, one for each, or 6 different paths. There's one skill tree for each weapon, and then one for like feathering and madness and your Estus flask, what have you.
Do you find that you stick with one weapon, or is it kind of because of the feathering switch system? Is it kind of encouraging you to use a bunch of them?
Yeah, I would say it encourages you to use probably 2 weapon types.
Okay.
2 would be nice because, again, each weapon type has a full-on skill tree associated with it. Oh, okay. So I think it would be really hard to level up like every weapon, but I feel like you could comfortably level up 2. That's what I've been doing is the longsword and the axe. And you don't have to worry about, there is a little bit, like, there's not really like crafting. There's a lot of like items you pick up, you know, like medicine pills and whatnot. But what's really cool too is you find things that you can use on your skill tree, and that'll just level up your weapon type permanently. Instead of having to go to like a blacksmith and give them ingots or whatever the hell, it's like you find this resource and then just on the skill tree, one of the nodes will be like longswords +1.
Okay.
You know, so you can like kind of pick your path, what you want to prioritize. You want to, you know, go for those weapon upgrades that are just going to level up the entire type, or base stats like plus strength, plus agility, all that basic boilerplate stuff that we have come to expect from a Souls game. Yeah, there's also one last mechanic. I'm sorry I'm hitting you with all these mechanics. It is a fairly complicated game, but not incredibly overwhelming. Like if the first Berserker Kazan's difficulty is a 10 out of 10 difficulty, I would say we're about at a 7 here, 7.5.
Okay.
The bosses do a fair amount of damage, but they're not spongy, which I like.
Yeah.
You know, you'll walk into a boss room and you're intimidated, some big flaming beast, and you're like, oh God, here we go. Time to turn the game off and go eat lunch. And it's like, oh wait, couple hits, I've already got it down, like a 4th of its health, 5th of its health. Let's go, I can do this. So I feel like the bosses not having a lot of health, at least for the first like 10 or so hours that I'm in, is actually really nice. Like it really eases you into everything.
I wonder how
Don,
much
I know
it
I
was
had another
tuned
clip that had boss
differently
fights
from from the SGF, because that was kind of not the case at SGF.
Yeah,
I heard people
Maybe
saying
they
at SGF it was
overcompensated.
very hard.
Yeah, it took a lot of hits, but also like you could do.
I fought like 5 bosses, and they all went down fairly easily. I haven't been min-maxing, and easily not like skill-based, but easily as in like, I'm doing a good amount of damage to this thing. I can take this thing out.
Feels rewarding, not that it's
easy
to, Got it. Because it's like...
here's one of the bosses, actually. This thing was a boss. This thing's a freak. You can also summon, kind of. It is story-based. So for this fight on screen right now, there was this like priest.
There's a dude outside,
Yeah, there's this priest that went corrupt in this temple, and you meet this other wandering character that's like, yo, I really need to find this medicine, but this priest is blocking it. If you come across him, let me know. Blow this whistle. So you blow the whistle, character shows up, 2-on-1, piece of cake. Super fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I fought this thing too. Nice. This big Evil Within type enemy.
Yeah, geez.
This one I died a couple times, but again, it's
like a
took
giant
a lot of
woman
damage.
with Wolverine claws.
Yeah, it was
for
really
listeners.
freaky.
And she's on all fours attacking you like a dog. It's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, she'll like stand up too and start spewing blood. Here it is, right? Blood spray.
Gosh.
Yeah,
This is
like her face peels back.
boss.
Dude, her face is fully Beetlejuice 1, like
the tongue hanging
the
out.
costume, yeah.
Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight vibes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So one last mechanic. Sorry, there's so many mechanics, everyone. There are bonfires as you would come to expect. There's shrines. Estus Flask, of course. You rest at a shrine to reset the world and level up. And there's other things too. You can slot in upgrades to like your feathering arm. I have the ability to like put flame on my weapon now. Those are charges that reset at bonfires. There's some other little talismans you can equip. So a lot of ways to upgrade your character, yes. There's a madness mechanic. So this is really fun. This is a cool mechanic for a Souls game. I like this a lot. So when you kill humanoid enemies or when you die, your madness meter goes up. Die a couple times, that thing starts spiking up. When you die, you don't lose all of your souls. You lose a big chunk, and then you can recover them like a Souls game. But the twist, when your madness gauge fills all the way up and you die, when you go back to retrieve your souls, your inner demon manifests, and you have to basically fight like a version of you that's demonic, that looks awesome, by the way. Some like cool Ronin looking hat. Cool. She's all like clad in white and shit. She looks amazing. You have to then fight that NPC to retrieve your souls. If that thing kills you, your souls are gone permanently.
Got it.
So it's like you got to watch your madness gauge. Also, there's a ton of min-maxing and builds related to increasing your madness to give more deal more damage, but also receive more damage. Kind of a glass cannon type build. So quite a lot of ways to.
Did we get an extra code for this? I want to play this. I want to try
It is really, really
When's
solid.
this coming out?
I think
today. Yeah, today.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
Yeah. I would say it is a very solid Souls game. The lore is pretty solid too. You know, you're finding you're
It's on
talking
Game
to
Pass? All right.
Oh, nice. Yeah. NPCs will give you quests. I've been meaning to change the VO to Chinese, but I haven't. So I've been playing on English, and the VO is a little not the best.
Is it like waifu nani kind of, or what is it like?
No, it's like everybody's British, but like it's just kind of like it doesn't have the gravitas of like the best in the class of like a Lies of P or a FromSoft game for sure. So the VO is like holds it back a little bit. Production value is just a little less than you would expect from something like Lies of P or From Software.
Yeah.
Or even Wuchang. Like Wuchang dazzled us with the insane production values, but like
Wuchang dazzled.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe I said dazzled. I'm sorry.
I love it.
I think the gameplay and the exploration I like in Wuchang more than Wukong. Even though Wukong had the budget, and I love Wukong as well. You know, I finished that game, talked about it a bunch, love Wukong, but there's something about Wuchang, it's just a really competent, really solid Souls-like game. If you like Souls games at all, I absolutely recommend giving it a look and then seeing if you want to commit all the way through.
Yeah. Yeah, It looks pretty good.
Yeah, that was my biggest question mark. Is this is another Souls-like game that's like us swimming in sevens? Because it feels like there's a lot of them. And then,
totally.
Because I always hear like FromSoft always in for their mainline games, but like the only one that's been a Souls-like that I feel like I need to play at some point because you speak so highly of it is Lies of P. And every other one is like it's fun if you have some time to kill and like play, but like is it what is it doing to stand out? Or is it just like another good Souls-like, which is not bad, but as I said, you're competing against a lot of things right now. Yeah.
Totally, Damiani. I'm glad Isla said it was on Game Pass because I feel like
Chat said that. Chat, let me know.
Thank you, chat. I feel like those two genres, Damiani, I think you can attest to it. Metroidvanias and Souls-likes, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And those genres are a commitment. You know, it's like a big JRPG also. Like, you got to commit to them. So I feel like just kind of peeking your head in, reading the room, seeing what people are saying, and then giving it a shot yourself, maybe fight a few bosses, see if you want to stick it out all the way to the end, you know?
Yeah.
So. Also, multiple endings.
Okay.
Dark Souls has that too, depending on, you know, depending on how you handle NPC quest lines and whatnot, you know. Standard stuff of like, my son has gone to the temple, please find him. You know, you find the son, get the thing, give it back to the person, like stuff like that. So, yeah. So, really solid. I really like it. Wuchang, Fallen Feathers.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, now to switch gears for our bi-weekly Goaty Watch.
Right.
Donkey Kong Bananza. So excited to hear Damiani and Bloodworth's thoughts.
No, I wish I mean, I would. In many ways, I wish I had played more.
Oh, no, I was playing too on the plane.
I just played.
Sorry, you weren't listening here. I was just reading it. I'm sorry.
I played it too.
Yeah, exactly. All three of you.
Yeah. So I'm a few levels in, but you know, long way to go still. But
yeah,
really,
I'm on
really
like the
enjoying
third
it.
area.
Nice.
I'm at the little gemstone people.
Sick.
Nice. And
Who's
then
gonna
I
take
know
it away?
Damiani's definitely he passed me, so like,
Yeah, sorry. Sorry that you're gonna do an intro or something there, Blood. But my bad. Ever since I saw this game, I was very interested about how it actually would play. I got the vibes that this was gonna be more of like about destruction, traversal, like adventure game, like more like that rather than like a pure platformer. Which now playing it, I could say like, well, there are elements of platforming, and there is even a special power later that is definitely about being in the air and platforming. The majority of the game is not really like that. So it's like, I don't think it's fair to compare it to like a 3D Mario game. It doesn't feel like any other 3D Mario game I've ever played. So it's definitely its own unique thing. And I really like what they are doing in this game. It is about interacting with your environment. It has combat, which is, feels pretty good. It gets pretty good later. There's some boss things that are pretty cool that they do.
Nice.
And I really like the way that it's not just about destruction and using Donkey Kong's punches to destroy stuff. You get these unique powers, and they're called Bananza. That's like part of the title is called Bananza. It's because you get these special Kong pounds his chest, Pauline sings, and you get a power, and it's like, well, first one you get kind of makes you like Super Saiyan Kong, where you just like can like super punch everything and like destroy previously
materials that were too strong before. You can just smash
some of those metal walls or whatever that we were seeing. That's sick.
And there are several more of those later. I have 3 now. About to get, if I keep playing, I think I'll get my 4th. I have either 3 or 4, and they all do something drastically different. So the first one's just about like more strength. The others address other parts of the gameplay and elevate them and change them in really cool ways. And the best
I would love
part,
it if one of them was just like he can talk really eloquently. He just becomes like a sterling conversationalist.
It's kind of interesting because you have full VO in this game. Like you have the Kong made up language, and then you have like Pauline speaking English to them. So it's like,
she speaks system language. If you don't,
okay.
Whatever your Switch is set to is what she speaks.
Oh, that's cool. But I mean, they're speaking, a human language.
A language,
So it's kind of interesting to see like that them go that route. But like, it does add that extra layer of like, it does feel like, I like that. I appreciate that for sure. Sorry, Blood.
Yeah. Well, there's a cool thing about that though, that it's a neat little detail. Is it's like, like Donkey Kong can certainly understand her, but she clearly can't understand him, right? And so there's a little bit of a language barrier, and so she never says Donkey Kong. She just says DK because she reads it off of his tie.
That's a good point. Yeah,
That's funny.
I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, so it's just it's a neat little detail.
Little Groot situation.
But I mean, so far, like I'm really digging like the acting for Pauline, and they do this neat little thing, Huber, where you basically like set up camps throughout the level.
Love that.
So like they just like carve a little spot for you with like a place to change clothes and to change the music and to like just take a nap. And depending on how many of those you built in a level, it will give you bonus health.
Oh. Just for that level, or
just for that level?
Got it.
Layer world, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so, but what's really neat about it, Huber, is when you take that nap, you have an option to like have a little conversation with Pauline, and each one of those little base camps is a different conversation. So sometimes she'll be talking about things that are like right there in that specific location.
So fun.
They are definitely contextual. Yep.
I love that.
The SteamWorld digging aspect is the initial thing that made me be like, oh right, this game is going to be fun, because like from the trailers and stuff, it wasn't grabbing me. Like, I'll be honest. I was kind of like, everyone was losing their minds, and I was like, I don't know, it seems okay. Like, I don't know, but like playing it past the tutorial, like I pretty quickly was like, oh no, yeah, this is solid. It
Goaty watch.
yeah, it's its own thing. It's a weird, like, it's not trying, like Damiano was saying, it's like not trying to be Mario, but it's not also trying to be like Donkey Kong Country. It's like its own kind of special, wonderful little weird thing. It's really nice.
Yeah.
They're very purposeful with the design of this game. Like, the tutorial area is clearly meant to like get your punching the shit out of everything out of your system. Although for someone like me, they even accounted for that. Like, okay, well, then get to the first real world, they're probably still gonna like try and destroy everything. So later levels start to get a little bit more streamlined and take into account that, like, okay, they probably want more objectives, where in the earlier world, they're like, they're going to spend so much time just blowing stuff up. So like, it feels like the environments were designed around that. And then the Bananza stuff as well. They definitely designed those deeper layers, those environments around those Bananza abilities, and it feels like you are utilizing them in meaningful ways, not just for one gimmick. It's like, oh, I just need to get over here using that, and then I'll never do it again. You are constantly using it, and to the point where the Super Saiyan one was so close to the default Donkey Kong that I remember everyone's like, why is Damiani not using it so much? Well, like, I liked being, destroying his Donkey Kong, but like when I got to it wasn't clicking for me. But when I got the other ones, like, I'm constantly using them, and it's like, okay, that was the moment.
We could talk about the next two, which is the ostrich one, which like
that's in the trailer.
The slide.
And then the zebra one where you run real fast. Yeah. So the zebra one, I got in like an ice cream, like snow mountain themed area, like candy, frozen treats. And there are a lot of platforms that will just fall apart when you walk on them because you got to run over them quickly. And there's also some puzzles that do that. And the level initially teases you with all that stuff, so you have to go deeper into the level to solve these issues, which are either like defeat enemies, solve puzzles, meanwhile you're exploring these great environments. There's so many hidden things to engage with. Like, it's just like the moment to moment is done so well in this game, because hidden bananas that you can collect, hidden fossils that you can collect that are used for the not just glamour, it's fashion souls, but also like practical fashion souls, because all the gear you can buy, like the outfits, come with beneficial attributes, like you can swim faster, or you can run in mud better, or you get more, your Bananza ability, you regenerate it faster when you're killing enemies. Cool stuff like that. And all these systems are just funneling into that. You want to keep exploring, you want to keep destroying, you want to keep engaging with the activities. And then, like, the best part about this is keeping track of all of it, like the map. And I'll let Blood talk about like how the map works in this game, because like it might not be clear at first, but like it's insane what they're doing with the map. Yeah,
the map is very strong.
Yeah, because basically
top 10 maps.
The map is in a very practical way is not a map. It is just the level. It just zooms all the way out.
Yeah.
And so all of that destruction that you've done is represented on the map.
Which keeps everything in context. It's really good.
Yeah. The other thing that's really nice about it is that you've seen if you're watching the video version, you've seen Damiani pick up some of these treasure chests that kind of like randomly spawn, and then you can spend some cash to get more at the shop as well. But there are collectibles that are like very specifically placed in the level, like the bananas and fossils and things like that. And when you get one of these maps, it will pin where one of the collectibles is, and so then you can run across and get it. And it's just a nice, like, it's got that sense of the like Breath of the Wild, like, oh, I see something over there and I want to go to it.
Yeah.
But in a much smaller, more focused space, so you're constantly having that experience.
For sure.
So it's like, oh, I want to go do that. Oh, before I end, I just want to go do that thing. But then you get over there, and then you see something else, and then you see something else, and then before you know it, it's like 3 hours later. So
Totally.
Because you just keep wanting to do other things.
Yep.
And similar to the Bananzas, like each of these new levels, these new layers that you get into, has its own new mechanics and new types of materials that function in ways that you haven't seen before, and playing around and learning how those mechanics works is really interesting and really fun as well.
I was getting the impression that, because there have been a few things in the first few levels that I like wasn't able to get to in that like side area that you were in a little while ago. Clearly there was something on top of the thing. And I tried to get up there a couple of times, but do you think there's like backtracking stuff when you get later abilities?
I was pretty like when I looked at, because there's a thing with the tracks, the things that you picked up, and I had gotten like most of the bananas in the first couple of zones.
Yeah.
Before I moved on.
Yeah.
But there
I
are
got
some
most
like
of them too, but
there's some
like
techniques and
things
things though that like. You might not know about right ahead of time. So like chunk jumping, they don't teach you about until like the second like big world after the tutorial, right?
Is that the rock double jump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically,
that's one of the first skills you can unlock. It was the first one I unlocked.
So here's the thing. I think this is actually, it's not detrimental, but it's not communicated well. So you can by default do the chunk jump where you jump and then jump again, and you'll throw the rock downward. The skill makes it so when you throw the rock downward, it leaves a crater. So you can actually do that without unlocking that skill.
That's weird.
I have not encountered anything that has required you to actually backtrack. In fact, it's like even beyond that, like the housing thing we were talking about, that those conversations, you don't get those two later layers. So like earlier layers don't even have that mechanic for that like which is the fast travel system for the elevator or teleporter. Sorry.
Well, there's the elevator and the teleporters.
Yeah. They have those.
I love that they're a little fancy.
So like one quick thing about like interactivity, about like we're talking about exploration, but how you engage with the environment and like seeing if something is possible.
Yeah.
There is a part where you get to a part. Blood already did it, so he's seen it. There's a part where you have a choice about which way to go, and it seems like a branching path, but it's like, which world do you want to go to next? I'm just gonna say like you're gonna have to do both. So like don't freak out about it. Like I was like, but it's presented like kind of symmetrically. It's like, oh, like left or right, and you see the theming in advance. Anyway, when you there is something later where it's like, oh, you might need to go back and do the other one because something might need to happen. And I was like, let me see about that, Nintendo. Because there's an ability to take pieces of the ground, mud, and throw them, and it'll stick to surfaces. You can build like bridges basically, and I'm like, I'm gonna see if I can build a bridge across something right now.
Sandpaper bridges.
And I was like, this is gonna take like hours if I do this. I'm like, no. But then later I got the ostrich Bananza ability, and I was like, came back and was like, wait a second, if you pick this one first, can you just I was like, wait a second. And I was like, I don't know. Is like Nintendo intending for like just the fact that I'm even asking myself if this is possible, trying it, seeing it's possible, but then like this feels like maybe Nintendo accounted for this. Like I like that I don't want to call it a mind game, but I like that feeling of being able to be creative in that way. That's the type of creativity I like, is coming up with like some crazy physics-based solution, like when Breath of the Wild stuff. Like I like coming up with
sanctioned cheese.
Sanctioned cheese. Yeah, I like coming up with sanctioned cheese. But in a more practical sense, like Blood was like, I think, gonna have a heart attack at one point when I was like in smash everything mode. But eventually the game is like, maybe you should be a little bit more purposeful with your smashes and how you interact with the environment, because you might encounter a part where it's like, you're gonna screw up if you just smash everything and smash away. And I kind of like that the game accounts for that and designs around that. And you get more context by engaging with all the NPCs for sure. But even if you're bypassing a lot of them, which is also going to give Blood a heart attack, you still, the developers know, like, they knew. They're like, some people are just going to not engage with these things. We still need to have a way to communicate. I have to put some
context around this for people that don't know the kind of thing I was talking about. Damiani was like struggling to find a way to like grab this banana that was hanging from a ceiling, and there was a ladder right next to him. Like, you just climb the ladder and then punch it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to.
He only sees the cheese. He can't see the intended paths.
Like the early bosses, everyone's like, why is he not using the Super Saiyan power? And I'm like, because it's more. Honestly, it was like more challenging having like.
I didn't use the Kong Bananza as much.
Yeah,
the first two bosses, I just like ran toward them, smashing punch, and I killed them instantly.
I will say, like, there is something I think I got maybe to that close or at the halfway point of the game, and at some point between the beginning and that point, I encountered a type of combat situation where I was like, holy crap, am I glad I had that plus whatever health from one of those resting places, because I was like, wow, like am I almost
does camping
dead?
give you a bonus health?
So some of those,
the more outposts that you make, the more little beds that you make, the more bonus health you get.
It's like the Breath of the Wild,
I've just
Tears
been
of the
kind of
Kingdom
skipping
one. It's like temporary. Like,
that's nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yo, this is a good video game, dude.
It is impossible to look away from it. The destruction and everything.
Yeah.
It's
satisfying.
It is so hard to look away.
But yeah, what Damiani was talking about earlier, like, yeah, this is a game that's like very much like allows you to fully like sequence break, and it's like, and they're just fine with it, you know. Like there's a part when we were doing the stream the other night, whereas, you know, like I realized, like, yeah, you can go down this secret hole and go to the next, you know, sub level of this level, and completely skip all the people that the quest marker's telling you to go to, and just do the objectives. You know, like, you don't have to talk to those people.
That to me is Nintendo at the height of its powers, when it like gives you a toolkit and like lets you do things that you feel like you might be like breaking or doing what they didn't want you to do, but it's like they've definitely thought of you doing that. Like,
yeah,
I love that stuff.
Yeah,
So
and similarly, like the zone after this one, I was doing the gamer thing of like, oh, the quest marker's over there, I'm gonna go do everything else. But then I basically did everything else to the point where like I did the thing that the quest marker was going to send me to.
Right.
Damiani, we always talk about how, well, I think you do too, but I really love how Mario has optional challenges that are way harder than the main path.
Z-Roll has one right now. There's lots of these little bonus levels everywhere.
Things.
Yeah. How challenging do some of these things get?
So I don't think so. I do wish a few. I mean, there might be harder ones to come. I expect there probably is some hidden thing I have not come across yet.
Like Odyssey gets hard.
Yeah, I'm expecting that. This is definitely, everything I've encountered for the most part has been on like the easier side. It's more about, this is a cool concept, whether you're like, some are puzzle based, some are combat based, some are something else that I won't say, but they
fully
all
avoiding the peekaboo thing. Sorry. Never mind.
They all have like a bit of like a spectacle, and they're pretty cool to engage with, and they feel satisfying, but they're not overtly like challenging. And even if you like fail one, like usually it's a combat one that you'll like. So there are two that I like failed. There was a combat one, and it was like, oh, okay, I get it now. And like you'll like you'll have to like fail once, maybe like twice, and you'll pick up on it. There's one where I had to like destroy a whole building, and okay. It was interesting. It was actually not bad, but if there's a small thing I want to say, two small things I want to say. They're a little bit negative. This is a fantastic game, and I do want to say like two small negatives. I am not thrilled about some of the UI choices they have done. In particular, this one instance, I couldn't see that this measure for success for this level where to destroy stuff was a percentage remaining of things to destroy, and it was like embedded like right above Donkey Kong's shoulder in tiny font, and I didn't even notice it. I was like, how do I even tell if I like how I'm like to succeed in this level? And then I like chat pointed out, I was like, what that tiny thing? Some other UI elements, but also like there's some bugs because it's like they're trying to do crazy crap in this game. So like, of course there's gonna be bugs, but a few times it came at the expense of like, all right, Nintendo. Like I would be on a surface and would punch something to destroy it. And it was just rock, and Kong would go flying. I'm like, wait, what? Why is he flying? Did I hit an explosive wall? And the chat's like, no, this happened to all of us. Don't worry, it happens at least once in this game. I was like, oh, okay. You just go flying sometimes when you punch stuff. So like small little things like that, but like it doesn't take away. Like even that, I was like laughing. I'm like, okay, well, my fault that this went wrong, but it's still kind of amusing that this happened. But it's like very hard to like see anything that like really seems like at this point like that's like kind of critical about, that would be too overtly critical about in a negative way about this. So like
I saw Tim Geddes say, did you hear what Tim Geddes said?
No, I didn't hear.
They put out a short. This was before I had played it, and he was like Blessing asked him what he thought of it, and Tim was like, we always talk about Odyssey or Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2, like some of the greatest platformers in gaming history. And if someone asked me to say one game of all of those, I would say Bonanza. And I was like, holy shit.
Interesting. Yeah, that's high praise. As I'll just keep it short here by referencing earlier, I said I don't view this game like a 3D Mario game. And in that regard, in terms of like pure platforming challenge, this is not scratching that itch at all for me. But I'm not looking forward to, and nor like am I feel disappointed in that regard.
Yeah, this game is completely different.
Yeah, it's presenting something completely different.
Because
it's more Banjo-Kazooie than Mario 64.
It's an action-adventure traversal with like special abilities and some jumping, but like it's not designed around like you're gonna fall a lot and fail. Like to me, that's a hallmark of a platformer. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I kept joking. It's Minecraft for boomers. It's like 'cause you didn't play Minecraft like me. It's like cool. Well, I'll destroy stuff here. I mean, you could say it's like Steam World Dig, but yeah. I imagine like some people this might be their first exposure to a game where it's like, oh, destroy everything. I can keep destroying and digging.
If you like
down.
this, play SteamWorld Dig 2 after.
Yeah, that I will back that up. It's
very different games, but
yeah.
Very different than Red Faction.
Music is Red Faction's are going. Music is fantastic.
May 22nd, 2001.
Wait,
Gabby's joke.
Say that again when he was paying attention.
Yeah.
Oh, the music's fantastic in this game.
Oh yeah.
There's something in here.
You wanted to know.
There's something in here that's like I paused. I was like, we're sitting here for like the full 4 minutes that this thing plays. I'm sorry,
Nice.
We're not going anywhere. Not moving. Paying my respects right now.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
your respects.
I was doing something where I was destroying everything in a certain type of level, and I was like, I refuse to hit a button to destroy anything right now. And then like when the music ended, I was like, all right, respect's over. Let's go. I was like, destruction's back on.
But talking about paying respects, like I read through the Ask the Developer that they did for this, and it is pretty wild how much like they've really tried to take these little bits and pieces of all of the different eras of Donkey Kong in the past, and then like holistically bring them together while also delivering something that they've never done before with the character. And one of the things, Isla, you weren't here for the stream, but one of the things that they talked about was like the pink and blue of the original girders of the arcade Donkey Kong game. And then once they said that, I'm just like seeing it everywhere. Like it's just throughout the art design, you know, like even there's a little star on like what they recommend you to upgrade to, like there's pink and blue, and like the highlights on Donkey Kong's hair at some point will be pink and blue, and the highlights in the concrete texture
is pink and blue.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. And it's little things like that. It's just crazy.
Oh, that's so interesting. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
And then the fact that, you know, like they said, you know, the reason that, you know, like the reason that they made a Donkey Kong game,
wow,
yeah, was basically because of Koizumi just said, hey, we should make a Donkey Kong game, but before that, like, there was just a guy that was playing around with voxels, you know, and he'd stuck arms on a Goomba and was like, hey, look what we can do. And it's just so crazy that, you know, that Nintendo has that space for the developers to experiment with, so that, like, when it's time to, like, okay, we're going to go all in on the next project, it's like, oh, yeah, I've been messing around with this thing, and then somebody else has been messing around with that, and, like, and these ideas just come together. Yeah.
It's weird that Nintendo doesn't get more credit for, I mean, like, obviously everyone appreciates that in their games once they come out, but like it would be so interesting to hear some of those like development stage ideas from them, you know? Because you hear about like, oh, Nintendo, monkey's paw, you know, they give you what you want but not how you want it, or like the rigidity, but then they come out with these like technologically bizarre and wonderful games that is just some guy playing with voxels. Yeah, it's just, it's neat. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Only other two things to say, sorry, for people who are just interested about everything in the game. The collecting bananas also feeds into your progression, not just like making it further in the world, but like your skills. Like you power up like Donkey Kong's punch. You power up your Bananza abilities. Like, you better believe one of them, the ostrich one, I powered up all the gliding and then go glide further. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna fly everywhere now. This is great.
Hell yeah.
Stuff like that. Like you choose, and like health, you know, is one. Like I was like, I don't need health, and then it came to a part. It was like, maybe I do need some health. Okay. And then like economy for Huber, because you saw it in the stream. The gold, you're accumulating all this gold. And eventually at a point in the game, like every single thing you come across costs some kind of gold. Build a shortcut, gold. You want to build a house here, gold. Would you like to
you can build
trade
Minecraft lines too. Yeah.
Would you like to trade in your banana chips you also collect for an extra banana to get, you know, to maybe unlock a new skill point? Handling fee, gold. Everyone starts nickeling and diming you in this game, and it starts adding up. And I was like, I got to like 20-something thousand, almost 30,000, and then like I constantly was never going back up again. I was like,
hell yeah,
come on, yeah. And
that's interesting because
they know you want it.
Like, there's a good first chunk of this game where you're not using the gold at all until you have the Bananza meter, and I was like, that's a weird use for gold, but okay. And then that makes sense if there's actual other stuff too. Because I got to a couple of shops in the like gem people area.
Get those costumes.
The costumes are
about with the fossils. Yeah,
that's right. Sick.
But from the specific zone you're on, the level you're on, they only want fossils from that level,
the fossil currency is only good for that. Yeah, that was a bummer, but also makes sense. You know, it's fair.
Yeah.
No, I actually like it. Yeah.
It's an interesting wrinkle. Because it's like on the first layer, I had like 20 fossils, and then I only bought like 2 outfits, and I went, because I was like, I'll save it. And then I got to the next sub layer, and I was like, oh, you don't take these. It's like, oh, maybe later someone will take all of them or something.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Awesome. Just awesome. I mean, I haven't played any since, but can't wait to get back into it.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait to get a Switch 2. It's invite only on Amazon.
What is Switch 2?
Yeah, so maybe next year.
There are Switches just sitting at the Best Buy.
The pre-orders that went up recently were for the Pokemon one. They were available everywhere. Yeah, but you want that one. You want
the Switch 2, the Best Buy near me had 3 Switch 2s just sitting there.
Good to know.
Yeah, definitely check the stores.
Alrighty, we have got more to come, but if you've been enjoying the show so far, take a second to like, subscribe, ring that bell, help us out on patreon.com/easyallies, twitch.tv/easyallies. Pledges and or donations greatly appreciated to keep on keeping on with our gaming content. And now, a word from our sponsors.
When we were kids, we would dream of being all kinds of things like professional skateboarders. That was one I did. Obviously, paleontologist, tornado chaser, just kind of like independently wealthy was a big dream that a lot of people had. But as you get older, your dreams change, focusing less on running the world and how you can take your skills and ideas and turn them into something real. Instead of dreaming of going to space or discovering a new dinosaur, you might start dreaming about owning your own business, running your own company, selling your own products. But you need a lot of stuff. You need a website, a payment system, a logo, a way to advertise to new customers. It can be a lot. It can be confusing, time-consuming, and it requires a lot of skill sets. But thankfully, that's where today's sponsor, Shopify, comes in. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the United States, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands that are just getting started. But what if you can't design your own website? Shopify has got you from the get-go with beautiful, ready-to-go templates to match your brand's style. And what if you need a hand? Get help with everyday tasks like enhancing product images, writing product descriptions, or generating discount codes with Shopify's AI tools created for commerce. But what if people haven't heard of your brand? Shopify will help you find customers with an easy-to-run email and social media campaigns. What if you get stuck? Shopify is always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer support. Turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allies. Go to shopify.com/allies. That's shopify.com/allies.
And if you are a patron of Easy Allies, thank you. Love and respect.
We gotta play this horse racing horse girl game. Yeah,
we're way late to the party.
We're way late to the party.
I've watched everyone play it by now.
But let's play it. It seems crazy. It seems like degenerate insanity.
If you can bet on it, I'm in.
You can.
Don went
Easy
to
chilling.
California Extreme. Tell us all about it, Don. You did this last year, right? Hello.
Sorry about that. Yes, every year. It's a yearly pilgrimage, Huber. So other than a couple years there during COVID.
I think last year I was actually really mad because you went without me. I was like, I want to go to this fucking now here you go again. This is the first I'm hearing about this, everybody, by the way.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You're not going to like a couple of these pictures in here are only going to make you more angry.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be happy that I brought back pictures. All right, Huber, you're invited next year. Get on board with the caravan. We're getting more and more people involved in this. You should have seen. It was jolly as hell. I think I ran into at least 6 allies up there.
Yeah, it looks the best.
On the show floor, yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know, California Extreme, huge West Coast arcade and pinball show. Viewers, listeners, I'm going to be playing a bunch of photos and videos. So this is what I'm talking about. Here it is, the lobby of the Hyatt up here in Santa Clara, just south of the bay, all decked out for this. An arcade mega show.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I mean, arcade games from every era, as you can see here, a variety of classics. One of the nicest things about this is just coming across.
720, we were just talking about that.
There you go, Huber.
That's one of the best arcade games possible.
I put that in there for you. So
Fuck
this is
yeah.
this is what's so special about the show, Huber. You know, you have memories. You love this game. You got to play it. Maybe some people didn't get to play it. Here, you get these cabinets, the dedicated machines with the original hardware in good condition. You know, everything's working. You're not playing on some emulator. You're not playing on a multicade or anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like the original hardware makes a huge difference. So 720 right away. I thought of you.
Cool.
Here it is, Bosconian Bloodworth.
Bosconian.
We're talking about this with. And here it is. It's actually
Shadow Labyrinth. Yeah.
Look at that. It's like a mini Bosconian cabinet next to a regular size cabinet. But that's not one of the arcade 1-ups. Yeah, that was in Shadow Labyrinth, reference to the shared universe. So Maverick. Maverick, the pinball game.
Maverick, Gabby.
There's Mortal Kombat 2.
Go back to Maverick one more
Here we
time.
go.
I need to see that Maverick one more time. One more time.
I gotta go back to the Maverick.
Hold on, Maverick.
Look at that back.
Oh my God.
Wait, why is it Maverick Gabby? That's our thing.
Gabby just watched it. Yep.
Look at that riverboat on the
First
LCD
timer.
screen. There's actually, too bad I don't have a picture of the playfield on this, but there's like a riverboat on the playfield that you interact with. On the,
Dude, Isla, the deep cut too, the like him on the horse down there in the bottom right corner.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Whoa, Ollie.
Sick.
Whoa, Ollie. Whoa, Ollie. Whoa, Ollie.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so everyone's favorites, and a lot of these you haven't gotten to play before. There's the MK2
Of
for
course,
Huber.
best in the
Do
biz.
they have
right
discs
there.
of Tron, Don? For God's sake.
There you go.
There it is.
Oh my God. What the
Said
fuck?
Right on.
Some of the side art, all this side art, just amazing to see this stuff in person. True art, man. Yeah, this is like being in
Yeah.
a museum,
Holy cow.
Unbelievable to see this stuff. And then there's a console room, 30 or 40 consoles, rare
Super
stuff. Look at
Famicom.
this Japanese Famicom with the Japanese Mario Kart they had plugged in here. You can play. All kinds of different stuff in this console room. Meanwhile, there's a stage in the
Streets of
background.
Rage, I see it.
There it is,
Clocked
Huber,
it.
for you. Yep.
Yep.
On the OG Genesis. This Vectrex. This year, the Vectrex dude brought out this custom controller. It's like a bass boat. This thing was so pretty. Look at that sparkling plastic.
Whoa.
It's
This is
like
Vectrex,
a
this
bass boat.
home vector-based
Yo, that looks fun as shit.
game.
dude.
Yeah.
What?
And look at this now. So not only is this thing here, but then they've got all kinds of special stuff. This thing played like animated video. I'd never seen this kind of things
Wow.
before. They had all kinds of little short movies that you could like
Sounds like
play with this weird
demo
vector.
scene
That's
stuff.
amazing.
Yeah, I'd never seen anything like this.
It's like
There's
an
a little example of
oscilloscope.
that. And then look at this. Like many of the other consoles, this is a 30 or 40-year-old console. They're making copyright 2023. This is
Oh,
a
okay.
brand new Vector
That
and
is
Vectrex
insane.
game available to
What?
play here. Yeah, so it's just so awesome. You see consoles, Genesis still stuff's coming out and everything, but to get your hands on this kind of stuff, it's awesome. There's the Vectrex man. Look at his shirt. Yeah,
Nice
standing behind
shirt.
it. That's the Vectrex. The God among men. Look at this
Altered Beast,
side art.
baby.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Altered
just
Beast
stunning
type.
stuff. Look at this now. This is a brand new arcade game, Black Emperor. This is
Oh.
the same people that made Killer Bee, Isla, which I know Isla was a big fan of. That
Killer
modern,
Queen.
Yeah, Killer Queen. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
uh,
amazing. I didn't know they had a new one.
Yeah, so this is their
Looks
new
fun.
one. Look, you have the little, it feels like a skateboard wheel on the left, like the sticky kind of rubber to up and down, and on the right, you're
Sight
pressing the
bite.
gas.
Wow.
You have to go fast. The second you touch any sand, you slow down rapidly, and you're trying to not, you die immediately if you go off the edge of the screen there. Look at this guy sporting his gloves. I mean,
looks
you get
fun
some
as shit.
hardcore.
That looks
Yeah, and you get a
crazy.
score based on that. So
We
here
should
you see
buy
the
a
screen.
Killer
This game
Queen
was
machine for
so
the office.
fun and addictive in a Trials kind of way. It gets so fast, the road really starts whipping around. So this is some real early stuff.
That looks
here,
addicting.
but-
One more run. One
yeah,
more run.
exactly that kind of thing.
What's that score?
parallax on that
9,000
is
something. It
really
looks like.
good.
Super fun. Yeah, and
I
then
would
this,
take that out.
playing on the original hardware, we're talking earlier about Lunar Lander,
Yo,
Atari recently
dude.
releasing. Look how this game was
this.
originally released. You have this like lever to control your thrust up and down, and then you have these little press buttons to rotate left or right. So, just be able to play all these games on the very original hardware and understanding what they started from is
Yeah,
so
the controllers
awesome.
are such a key part of it.
Yeah, you learn so much about why things even now on controllers. It's the same with digital from analog, editing.
Yeah,
Timeline is based on something that actually physically reel to reel editing was.
Yeah.
The same kind of thing with this. When you see some of the modern control schemes that have ended up now just inherent to us, and then you go back and you see some of the hardware and why things where they started. It's like so dang interesting. So yeah, all kinds of special things like this. Here was Lunar Lander going for the 5 times.
Well, this to me is what makes arcade machines so special, is that it can immerse you in that situation with cool controls.
Yeah, here's an example of a rare game you never see. This is the only time on Earth you'll see something like this. It's a Cinestar, which a lot of people have heard of, but a sit-down Cinestar. I never knew this thing existed, and then to find it in good shape.
First
that you can
game
sit
with
in and
voice
play.
acting, I think.
Yeah, look at this. Outrun 2.
Bro.
Dude, I didn't even know about this game, Outrun 2. I was playing it. It was so fun. It felt so good.
Dude, Outrun 2 is one of my favorites, Don.
I did never play this. Look, it was really hard to hold the camera and drift with one hand. So I was trying to show off the drifting, but it's like hard to engage the drifting with one hand holding the camera. I got a little drifting, but look what they had in this. They had this like, you're trying to impress your passenger here. See all the
she's
hearts?
getting super into it. I love that.
Yeah, so when I'm drifting, she's happy, and see, she's having a ball now. That's a fun mode. That wasn't in the other Outrun, but as the race went on, you'll see here things kind of.
Ooh, and then she breaks up with you.
Oh, yeah, she's not happy.
Oh my god!
Overall, not impressed.
Don's being assaulted.
Not impressed with my one-handed drifting. She was not happy.
Shout out to Outrun 1 also being in Shenmue and Yakuza. 10 out of 10. Love that. Outrun is like in my top 5 all time.
Yo, look at this pinball machine.
Same, dude. And shout out to the Outrun 3DS remaster.
Yeah.
Really awesome with 3D graphics. That thing is just kicking. And pinball also now. This is the centerpiece of the show. Pinball. So you get everything from like this brand new machines,
Big
like the Dungeons and Dragons.
Minotaurs.
Yeah, with the mechanical dragon on the playfield. There's a new one from Stern. You get classics from the 90s, like Last Action Hero. This thing has a giant like working crane on it. I don't have any of the footage of the crane moving for you guys here, but that
is there a movie theater on it? In it?
Yeah, there's a little tiny movie theater in there, all kinds of details. And then you get newer stuff like Willy Wonka. This thing just came out more recently, you know what I'm saying? So you get every single era. Look at this. This is kind of some of the highlights here. Whirlwind. This had a fan up top that's blasting the player with air. And I mean blasting. Unhinged. This is like a 40X thing. It makes 40X look to shade. Look at all the lighting effects and everything. And then they have these spinners on the playfield that shoot your ball every which way.
Would it blast just constant or would it change?
It was varying, depending what was going on. Sometimes you'd be really getting blasted. Yeah, so I have some good footage. Now here's a brand new machine by like an independent dealer that only has a couple of games. They
lenticular.
Had a beautiful lenticular cover. Oh, the 3D depth on that was so amazing. Look, it's like a galactic tank, like a sci-fi tank.
Sick.
So the side of the machine is all decked out now with this
Galactic Tank Force.
This game is awesome. And it has a whole sci-fi. They shot all this live action sci-fi. It has like a sci-fi movie that plays.
Fun.
So all these clips are playing on the screen while you're playing. And as you can see, just the colors. I mean, this thing's like a candy land. Just beautiful to look at. Some of these brand new games, getting to play them. It was a real treat. And this was signed by all the makers. Here you go, Isla. Labyrinth.
Hey!
With the fancy toppers. I mean, you get the absolute, they're decked out. These machines are totally customized. And then this is where it started. You can go all the way back. Look at this. This is what people used to do. You launch the pinball. You'll notice something about this machine, Damiani. No flippers.
Yeah.
So you launch the ball and you sit there, Damiani. Look what they used to do for entertainment.
It's like
Can you imagine this? Yeah, there they are lighting up.
Those poor degenerate
points.
Freaks.
Down the toilet. That's it. Yeah, get good.
Don, I forgot to tell you, one of the new
Elton John.
Look how far they've come.
Don, they have new stages in Tony Hawk, and one of the new stages is you're small in a giant pinball machine.
Yo, that's tight.
Yeah.
Skating on the pinball.
It's awesome.
I gotta unlock
gaudy
that.
machine is just beautiful. Look at the piano in the back with the little tiny LCD screen. Little Elton John.
There he
Little
is.
tiny Elton John looks like a Ken doll.
That rules.
Yeah, and they have all kinds of mechanical wonders as well, like this bizarre thing, which is actually a new game. You know, you can find some of these kind of things at Dave & Buster's or something. And then classic mechanical stuff. This old shooting gallery game. The animation on these little puppets is really good. I don't know if I have the footage in here, but there's someone standing about 15 feet away with a rifle shooting at this thing, a light gun rifle, and it looks real. So that was, I think, mostly what I have to show today. Yeah, there you see the guy with the rifle.
So badass.
I loved it. I got a lot of footage of a bunch of kids and stuff with a rifle just shooting this thing. It's great. So funny hunting. And that was it. Here's new King Kong, another brand new machine. So, hundreds and hundreds of machine. I got hours of footage. This is like an awesome thing. I'm going to put together a video.
Oh, good. I love your videos like that.
And stuff. But yeah, that was it. Another successful year. Just such good times, good vibes, hundreds of games you can play.
10 out of 10.
So we had a blast once again.
I would never leave.
See you next year.
I would
everyone.
actually never leave. They would have to forcibly remove me from the building.
No, they do. When they cut the power to those machines, it's a one. Oh, this Street Fighter machine was blasting so loud it was making your eyes water, and I loved it. I loved how loud this thing was. It hurt to play in front of. It was wonderful. So
hell yeah, Don.
yeah. Anyway, it was awesome. Yeah, they cut the power, Huber, at the at the 2:30 a.m. or whatever on the
last call.
Yeah, no, they don't mess
2:30
around too. They're like, it's ending in 5 minutes. It's ending in 1 minute, and then it just ends, and they pull the plug, man.
That is crazy.
It goes off in blocks, though. Like sections, like a grid. So one section will go out, and you see people just move to another, try to get a few minutes in before they shut down. Too much fun.
That's wild.
Bad ass, dude.
Nice.
Badass. California Extreme. It's just once a year?
Yep. That show is just once a year in July. So show up next year, allies.
That's what you told
It's
me
nice to
last
see
year.
more and more people each year there. It's really cool.
Sick.
Thanks, Don. All right, next up is something we are very curious about. Daniel
Yeah.
Bloodworth,
Yeah.
Shadow Labyrinth,
Mm-hmm.
the reboot of Pac-Man
Oh, I
in
wouldn't call it
dark
that, but
fantasy
yeah.
Metroidvania. Yeah, it's a new take on Pac-Man, obviously building off of the secret level that we always talk about. The Amazon Prime animated show had a kind of a backdoor pilot, if you will, for this game.
Yeah, little teaser prequel
Yeah.
for people that didn't know it was coming.
Blood's played it for a bit. I played it for about 90 minutes
Yeah,
only,
I played
so I
for
don't
a
have much
few
to
hours
offer.
now. You can go ahead and roll the footage, John. I'm very split on this game. It's definitely swimming in sevens.
It is. It is for sure.
I thought it was funny the word that resonated with you the other day when I said it, like, it feels cheap.
It does.
Oh shit.
It feels cheap.
Yeah.
But you can still be good and feel cheap.
Yeah, so like just in terms like the art and animation, like you can see like
Yeah.
everything looks kind of low res.
And the feedback too, like that's such an underrated thing about games,
Mm.
obviously, is like when you hit something, how does it feel? Like, especially Metroidvanias, you want that impact on attacks.
Right.
And it just feels really light, floaty.
I think that I think it definitely feels better than when we played it.
Definitely
before,
upgraded.
like the Summer Game Fest around that time when we
Yeah.
did the previews and stuff. So that's at least a plus. That,
Definitely.
Because I was just having a hard time just like landing on platforms when I played
Yeah,
the preview
yeah.
build. And as you get more abilities, it does start to feel better, right? Like,
Yeah.
I've got an air dash now, and like that helps so much to have an air dash, when you're just trying to traverse the world. But it is, it's a game that's like, it kind of still has its hooks in me because it's so weird.
It's so weird.
It's so weird. Like Puck has like been stranded on this planet, is like teleporting in souls from other dimensions, and so your soul has been teleported into like this body that Puck has created, and like Puck itself is like, so there's these journals that you get, and it's like, okay, Puck's soul has been split, and so like there's this one side of Puck where she knows what's up, but Puck is still like on the mission and like a warrior, and this girl is trying to stop her because they're the same person or something going on. I don't know. Yeah, there's
Jessica!
the girl. You see the girl in the dream, and then you fight her in some boss fights and stuff, and she's just trying to like be like, "Hey, Puck, chill out." But Puck's like, "No, we gotta fight. We gotta accomplish things." And so like, there's these crazy shopkeepers, but then
Love
like
the shopkeepers.
all of these other references pop in there too. Like there's this like whole like tree full of like these like kind of Splatterhouse dudes.
Yeah, dude.
There's like these little guys with knives that just like run straight at you with a knife poking out.
Please bring Splatterhouse back. Thank you.
And
Please.
then like the very first like super easy boss that you fight is like something from Xevious. But that's the thing, is it's got kind of that sort of Mega Man style thing where you defeat the bosses and then you consume them.
Yeah.
And the way you consume them is like Puck possesses your body and then this gigantic like black hole version of Puck comes out.
It's very weird.
And like chomps on
There's
the boss.
like the mech thing too. What's going on with the mech?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So like you get one ability at first, and then you get the mech. But the mech even is there's just like this old, like one of the ghosts from Pac-Man, the orange ghost from Pac-Man, is like possessing Puck's mech from the prologue. And then you defeat the ghost and you chomp down, and now you can get the mech. And then once you have the mech, then you can just consume enemies on the fly. So like regular enemies, you consume them and you get materials that you can use for upgrades and stuff. Oh yeah, there's the girl. That's Puck's other half,
Jessica.
And so she sort of knows what's up, sort of. But that's the thing. Like all these character introductions are so just kind of random and out of nowhere. Like so, there's her, and you do this little quick boss fight with her before she moves on. But then you come across the guy that had your sword before you, and he's just there in some cave. You know,
just hanging out in a cave. Yeah, I think what's hurting me, at least in the early goings, Bloodworth, are the aesthetics of the levels.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not grabbing me. Just like everything looks the same color.
Yeah,
it's all just
ghost.
like blue and gray rubble, or like blue and gray piping and like sci-fi tubing. It just all kind of It doesn't have a very good sense of place. Like, it feels like I'm just in a video game space rather than the context of, you know, fucking Dracula's castle or something, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've been in kind of like the early caves that you're talking about, which is kind of what's in the B-roll right now. And then I've been in like a tree level, and then I'm in like a desert level. And they're just chomping it down to get the mech.
No.
But then, like, there's some other little mechanics. I don't know have you gotten to the mini Puck rails?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are fun, dude. I like that stuff. Because Pac-Man, I love Pac-Man so damn much. Like, one of the all-timers.
Yeah.
So, any kind of Pac-Man, just, like, munching on little bits, I'm happy to do it. And I like that it's, like, there's like layers to it. You can like jump up, jump down, jump around, dodging obstacles. The attacking is kind of tough, like doing that like spin attack.
Yeah. So
thing.
when you're on these rails. Oh, and then there's this thing. Did you come across this thing yet? There's just like this stone, this like metal tablet with like the actual initial original Pac-Man level engraved on it, and I don't know what that thing is.
Damn.
That's gotta be. At some point, we're gonna come back.
That's
to these things.
That's like an end game.
But I don't know what that is.
Find all the things.
Yeah.
Totally.
But that's the kind of thing that I'm saying. It's like even though like it feels kind of dry and slow, there's little things like this from like, I want to know what that's about, dude.
Same.
I want to know like, are we going to do like a Yars Rising mini game at those spots or what?
Are we gonna fight Rick from Splatterhouse, Bloodworth? Like, is it gonna happen?
Right. And one thing I'm a little surprised by, Huber, is that I put so much time into this and I haven't reached where I was in the preview build.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any of that. And even like I was saying in the preview build, that part where I was at, I felt like, I don't have enough abilities yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just the thing. It's like it's just really slow for like each little upgrade to kind of like come across.
Yeah, just something about the art and the levels. They just like don't grab me.
Yeah.
But like you said, I'm so intrigued, Blood. I'm so intrigued to just like keep playing it. And it's like I know it's not the best Metroidvania, but you know, just having the Pac-Man and the Bandai Namco
weird little decision there. I don't know if you saw that, Huber, in the B-roll, is your sword, even if the animation goes through a wall, it won't connect to an enemy if they're on the other side of a wall.
Interesting. No cheese, Damiani. Ouch.
Yeah. So I found that interesting. But no, you can cheese this guy here. These rhinos, you can just pogo on them.
I love pogo. It's so fun.
You just down stab until the rhino is dead.
That's so fun. Damiani, I know you love Metroidvanias. You hopping into this? You too. What do you think?
Every time this game has come up in our discussions, like the most like maybe thing that would sway me is this Blood saying he like wants. He's very the curiosity factor of this game has things you want to see the answers to is like the thing that sticks out maybe like the most if you're like into that, but. Maybe that's not something that necessarily will speak to me per se.
Yeah,
it might. I don't know. I mean, seeing what the original Pac-Man board might
so there's some day-night stuff here too.
Yeah.
So that enemy during the day they're dormant, and then at night you can fight them.
That's cool.
Yeah, like what Damiani was saying, that it's, just this thing, or the revelation of that shared universe, all these bizarre, totally disparate sort of brands are somehow part of the same universe, and now this acting, at least on the surface, like it does have some lore that's now gonna be meaningful. That's the whole question. Is the lore behind all this actually meaningful and well thought out, or is it just a lost situation? I had to get
Unacceptable.
that. I had to get that in there.
Unacceptable. Strike that from the
I had
record.
to get that in there.
Lost comes
from the record,
together.
please.
The secret level episode I thought had like
sort of.
I was interested in that, but I don't know how much of that is actually like canonical to this game or not, or if it's just like
pretty much if Rick shows up, I like this game, and if he doesn't, I'm good.
So from my understanding from the preview, Damiani, the secret level was swordsman number 7 and you're swordsman number 8.
Yeah, how sick is that?
Okay.
Secret level is so freaking
like I'm
cool.
curious how much secret level like spoiled, because it gives a huge twist.
It's so cool. It's a prologue. It's a prequel.
I mean,
so secret level is so freaking cool.
Has it been established like Puck's motives? I know you talked about like I didn't know about there might be like multiple parts of their existence or personality are split up, so that wasn't alluded to in the secret level episode, I think, but like the fact that you're just being used so they can escape the maze, it's like okay, that's kind of a cool premise.
Gabby, I hope we get a rematch episode next season, because we got a Sifu one season 1. That would be sick.
This was a nice little cutscene here, but even this is like very low res, right? Like you can see that, like, oh, you shouldn't have zoomed in that far on that art. It's not made for this. Like there are the pixels.
Also, a Firebreak episode would be sick.
Oh yeah. Well, any kind of control
remedy
episode. Yeah, and then this dude pops up out of nowhere. This little helper bot.
Yeah,
is like, oh, here's a hidden passage that you couldn't see before.
Yeah.
Like, where did you come from? Who are you?
Blood, yeah, I think, we've been talking about it all preview of just, this isn't the best game, but we have this compulsion to see more Bloodworth. And it's because, at the end of the day, this is Pac-Man. That is crazy. That this is a Pac-Man Metroidvania in 2025, and quality of the game aside, I just think that is so cool that they got to take this big of a swing and such a radical swing for Pac-Man. We've had so many different Pac-Mans over the years, championship editions and remixes and, Pac-Man World and Pac-Man Kart and Pac-Man in Super Smash Brothers and just Pac-Man everywhere, right? And I just think it is such a neat, cool, unexpected way to take this franchise, and that, because of that, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and the goodwill to really give it a shot, to get through that game. It'll just see like how tolerable, how much I can put up with in the long term, how long it is, if it wears out its welcome.
But that's the thing, Huber, is it's like, so far I haven't been at anything where like, oh, I'm just so sick of this kind of like, just like annoying kind of game design stuff. It's just been more that like, it feels like it's kind of slow paced and a little bit empty. And sometimes, like, especially now, like I said, when I got to that Splatterhouse boss, I had more options. When you're in the early goings, it's just like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, jump.
1, 2,
1, 2, 3, jump.
Yeah. So it can just be on that simpler side of things. I think is what it comes down to. And so if you're not, if that doesn't bother you, if you just wanted to kill some time and see some weird Pac-Man stuff, then, I think it's fine.
Pac-Man 99. Pac-Man Championship Edition, dude. So freaking good. Awesome, Bloodworth. Shadow Labyrinth, I demand a check-in when you beat it.
Okay.
I demand it if you get there.
If I get,
Or
because
if
I've got
you
other games that we were so stacked this week, like I couldn't even touch Wheel World yet. So.
Or if you hard quit the game, Bloodworth, I want to know.
Yeah, I'm curious what would drive me over the edge. Like, no, I'm not doing any more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, now, Bloodworth, it is time for Damiani to have a repeat because he already spoiled himself. The June sales report.
Yeah. Because we just did May last month.
Yes.
But now June, the numbers people want.
Yes,
the Switch 2 numbers.
Give it.
Yeah, from Matt Pescatella of Circana, U.S. dollar sales in June. June spending.
Oh, geez.
All-time record, Huber.
All time of June or in a month?
Of all June.
Okay.
Of any June.
Okay.
Any June.
Increased 22% from last year to $5.7 billion.
Jeez.
Year-to-date is 2% behind 2024 at $27.5 billion. Switch 2 debuted as the fastest-selling device in U.S. history.
Fastest-selling device.
1.6 million units.
That's
First
crazy, dude.
Fastest-selling device.
The previous high was PlayStation 4 with 1.1 million units in November 2013.
Wild.
But Pescatella was very keen to point out it's just about how many you can make.
True.
If you can make that many and you can get them into people's hands,
Good call.
then you can sell more than the last guy.
Good on
Yeah.
him to point that out, because I was getting sick and tired of everyone bringing up the PlayStation 5 supply constraint stuff. It's like, you know what? Nintendo... how much shit was Nintendo getting? I'm gonna give them some kudos here.
Yes, absolutely.
Everyone's like, I was like 2023. Where's Switch 2? Come on, Nintendo. What are you doing? 2024. Where's the Switch 2, Nintendo? On their case nonstop. Why? Well, they're smarter than me. That's why they make so much money. Because they had enough units to pretty much meet the demand. Not quite, but pretty damn close. And you get rewarded for that. You get that's part of the strategy. So Sony not being able to do that, I know there were other circumstances, but Sony could have delayed that launch and waited until things got better. They didn't, so that's it. It's your call. At the end of the day, the company made the call. That's what you deal with. So
That's a hell of
if
a
you're
call
going for
to stop
when you're going
the
for
marketing
records,
train,
this
though,
all
for PS5.
matters. This all matters when you're going for records, baby.
Yeah. I don't think the PS5 could have delayed, dude. That's a marketing machine that cannot be stopped.
They
Damiani.
could have.
That's
They
insane.
just could have, Huber. They learned a lesson from Nintendo. They should have just sat on that thing, produced the consoles, come out with the new title, introduce it as a new system. You have 3 or 4 years after that thing's ready to launch. Just make the systems for 3 or 4 years. Build up the stockpiles.
Mm-hmm.
The Pro Controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this too.
32% attach rate during the launch month was the best-selling accessory in terms of dollar sales.
Wasn't DualSense.
Fastest selling device. I'm so sad. I'm so sad.
Does the attach rate mean 32% of people who bought a Switch also got a Pro controller?
Yes.
That's
so
pretty good.
Basically a third of people. But to me, like, we're all familiar with the Joy-Cons now. So it's like, people know that, like, if they want a Pro Controller day one. But number two, very, very important, is they launch with a Mario Kart.
Exactly.
4-player split screen game.
You need extra
it's
controls.
like, you want another controller.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Non-mobile video game subscription spending increased by 32%.
Grief.
Compared to June 2024 to $562 million. This is an all-time high for a single month. What do you think contributed to that subscription increase?
Switch.
Nope.
Online.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that probably did to some degree. But there is a surprising bump for Star Wars: The Old Republic.
That is so weird.
Remember we talked about that Battlefront 2 bump last month? So now
I'm giving
Old Republic also getting a bump.
All the credit goes to my main man, Cassian Andor. I'm sorry. It's all
Dude,
Andor's
you might be right.
doing.
You might honestly be right.
Yeah, Star Wars is hot again.
It's
apparently.
all Cassian.
Yeah.
Gets all the credit.
And we'll get into some more. We'll get into the Mario Kart details after we get to start on this top 20.
Top 20. Mario Kart number 1.
No, Mario Kart is number 3.
They don't include everything.
Whoa!
Yeah. So, number 1, they don't count the bundles. So if the game is in a bundle, it doesn't count on the
How
chart.
many people
Lame.
wanted that bundle for the cheaper? You get Mario Kart for like basically $50.
So number 2, Nintendo doesn't give them the digital sales.
Yeah.
So the only ones.
So it's number 1 in our hearts, though.
Well, it's probably number 1, period.
Yeah.
But the only things that they're counting for to get third place on the chart are physical Mario Kart World sales that were not bundled with the console. That's kind of crazy.
That is
dude.
crazy.
That's a lot.
That is crazy. Do we know how many of the 1.6 million units were bundles?
I don't know that.
No, I don't think he gave a breakdown of that.
But he did say 82% of Switch 2 buyers also acquired Mario Kart World.
Hell, you got to. It's the game.
Yeah.
It's the game at launch. It was the game.
So that does include the bundles, but that still doesn't include the digital sales up separate from the bundles.
So wild, yeah.
So that's even
There's
higher.
100%. Like, yeah. Basically, just you're gonna say Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
Mario Kart World sold like 1.6 million in that month.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much.
1.3 to
1.6 million.
1.6.
Like 1.5 million. At least 1.5 million in the U.S. alone.
Yeah.
We had 2 other brand new June games made the chart.
All right. Yeah. I know one of them, and it is
GTA 5.
Death Stranding 2.
Death Stranding 2, second place.
And I've seen
Hell
some of the
yeah.
discourse about this. People saying that, like, I think that's good, but some people seem to think
because
that's
it's
not
PlayStation
great.
only, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't,
what
I
are
don't
people
understand
talking
how
about,
it's pretty
dude?
not good. Oh, because
All context
year,
is lost
because the
on the
year to
masses.
date sales, it's very low on the year to date. The current year, the count, like up to today, like it's really far behind, so people know it's like selling behind Death Stranding 1. But like it's a sequel, so like I don't know, sequels sometimes don't sell as well. But I think it's great because I think this game was a hard sell, honestly.
Yeah.
Considering people are like, oh, Death Stranding 1, the hype, Kojima hype, new game. Like, what the hell is this
Exactly.
thing?
Coming
you
after the
walk
Konami
around?
drama.
Is that it? Like, okay, I'll still try it. Like, there's got to be some
Yeah.
crazy shit, right? And now
Exactly.
everyone got
You
that
lose the
game,
novelty.
and this is like
For 2.
2 is more that refined. So like, I'm very, I think it's pretty good, but like, I don't know. Maybe other people are like, that wasn't good.
2 fucking rules.
The other brand new game, curious whether you would guess this, because it's not one that's on, I don't think, any of our radars.
Some racing
Game-
or sports game.
I don't know what
Nope.
this is.
Came out alongside Switch 2 launch, but it was not Switch 2 exclusive.
Wait,
don't know.
Cyberpunk?
No, that did get a
Good
nice
guess.
bump, though. It came, it charted at 18th place,
Okay.
up from 427.
So they came out on Switch. Not I saw Bravely Default was not there. No.
No, but you're on the kind of on the right track a little bit.
Dragon Quest 3.
No.
You know?
Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma.
Oh, I
Hit
would
it
never
10th
guess
place.
that.
Yeah.
Would have never guessed.
Wait,
Would have
that's
never
number
guessed.
10?
Yeah.
Okay,
Never guessed.
crazy.
And there's one other port, not a Switch 2 port.
Yakuza.
That jumped up really, not a Switch 2 port.
That
jumped
jumped?
up really high in June.
And it wasn't.
Came to another
It
platform.
wasn't an erased Cyberpunk.
Oh, it was something that came on. Oh no, I
Oh.
know this. It was an Xbox game, right?
Oh, the.
I know
Huber,
this.
you love this game.
I know.
Fighting and not fighting, character action.
Damiani knows it.
I know it too. I know it
Girl.
too.
He knows it. You're so close.
I know this.
The girl character
We got to talk
action
about
game.
like Wukong.
What is it
I
called?
can't
You-
remember.
Celebrate,
There you go.
celebrate.
I was like, I'm blanking so bad right now. I want to punch myself.
Damn it,
Stellar Blade up to 5th place
Nice.
from 185 because of the PC release.
dude. Stellar Blade 2. Get ready.
Mm-hmm.
Friggin' hyped.
Final Fantasy 16 debuted at 4th place on the Xbox chart.
Yeah,
Remember
that
that?
was it.
That popped out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, but like it was also on Game Pass, and it's so late to the party. I mean, it's cool.
It
but
didn't make it back into the overall top 20. I don't 15.
How's the
See
discourse, Damiani?
when they come
But,
to
yeah.
Switch 2. But I'm not expecting that to be that big either. But
Final Fantasy sales are close to your heart, Damiani. What's the current discourse about 16?
Oh, everyone's still in people are still doing the clickbait that Final Fantasy needs some they need to basically make Expedition 33, but
God.
their version of it with Final Fantasy, and they missed the boat with that. Is the current discourse.
Missed the boat. Isla stoked for tactics.
Hell yeah.
Oh, real quick, you heard about that? They had a PS blog interview.
They overwrote the
first
source
time
code.
Xbox has publicly confirmed they pretty much have lost all their PS1 source code for all their games. It's always been a well-known secret, but they've never openly said it in an interview. First time. It was my hero said it in the interview, I believe. Said they lost the tactics source code, and as well as other PS1 era games didn't have them. So
That is devastating.
yeah, the original version is them redoing it again. So it's not
Devastating.
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Jeez.
Before we go all the way down the list, do any of you know number 1?
GTA 5.
Oh, it has to be.
Minecraft.
No. Just because I underestimated it. The multiplayer Elden Ring. Night Rain, right?
Elden Ring, Night Rain,
10
holding
mil.
the number 1.
Has to
Number
be
one,
that.
baby. Woo.
Has to be that.
Night Rain.
It has now sold 5 million copies.
5 million. Okay.
When's it coming to Switch 2?
5 million.
Keep it
Wasn't
going.
10?
10 million is Shadow of the Erd Tree.
The Erd Tree was 10. Okay. I got
30
that
million
messed
is base game.
up. Got it.
Yep.
Dude, it's come from
5.
Mario Kart
Wow.
Elden Ring.
Jeez.
And I'm going to go through the top 20 now, and then we also have the Switch 2 list. So,
Great.
20, WWE 2K25.
Great.
19, Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Shadows holding.
18th, Cyberpunk. 17th, Star Wars Battlefront 2, still holding in there.
Cassian!
16, Oblivion Remastered. 15, Red Dead.
Red Dead. Baby!
14th, NBA 2K25. 13th, Elden Ring. 12th, EA Sports FC 25. 11th, Split Fiction. It also got that Switch 2 boost.
Oh, yeah.
Split Fiction. Was it the Switch version or whatever? Or
No,
just
I mean just the
this
game
is just-
overall.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it got a boost there.
Got it.
10th was Rune Factory. 9th was GTA. 8 is Minecraft. 7 is MLB The Show. 6, Forza Horizon 5, still up there. 5, Stellar Blade. 4, Call of Duty. 3, Mario Kart. 2, Death Stranding. And 1 is Night Rain.
Crazy. Blows my freaking mind that every month, without fail, Minecraft, GTA, these games are 10 plus years old.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just every month there's some of the highest selling. It's so wild. A forever selling game. Mm-hmm. Living the dream over there.
Anything you want to guess on the Nintendo list, or you want me to just go through it?
Cyberpunk is top 3 for sure. It's got to be.
Cyberpunk is number 2.
Yeah,
Number
imagine
two,
that's
yeah.
number 2.
Yeah.
Mario Kart and Cyberpunk. It just and then Rune Factory was 3. So then,
Yep.
what comes after that? Oh,
Split
Split
Fiction, number 4.
Yeah, Split Fiction.
Split Fiction actually,
Oh,
it
because
actually isn't on the number 10 chart, the top 10 chart. Interesting.
Okay, so what is it, Blood? What comes after
Yeah.
those 3?
Okay, 4th place is Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, here we, yeah,
of course,
yeah,
the
here we
patched
go.
games.
Yeah.
Of course, the
Breath of the Wild
backlog.
right after it.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild right after it, 5th place.
Dude, like Mario
course.
Odyssey for no reason. Just
Wait, no, because they got
No
Switch 2
Mario Odyssey.
versions. Those got
Yeah.
Switch 2 versions. Yeah.
Yeah. 6th is Street Fighter 6.
Oh, yeah.
7th is Mario Kart 8.
No!
But it's down from 1st place.
Of course it is.
It got pushed all the way down to 7 now.
Of course.
Nintendo just says like the Mario Kart series sales and just releases them all combined just to make them seem bigger than GTA.
Yeah.
8 is Hogwarts. 9 is Bravely Default, Damiani.
Okay. I mean, and I didn't really expect much from that.
And then 10th is Minecraft.
Until they get that
course it
Switch 2 edition Minecraft, then it begins
Yeah.
all over again.
Crazy.
So there we go.
Wild.
That is June.
That was excellent. Thank you, Blood. Mm-hmm. Any final notes? Any final takes from anyone about the sales? Pretty much what we expected, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the real test will be how things hold up for Christmas.
Yeah, how the tail of the Switch 2, will it mimic Switch 1, or is this just like, going to fizzle out a little bit sooner?
Will it sizzle or fizzle?
Yeah, don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but we'll see.
But Donkey Kong has got the hot buzz. I think people are looking forward to that Pokemon game they announced this week.
Pokemon Z is going to be
that's getting a bundle.
It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, because it comes out so late, it'll be interesting to see whether it can Mario Kart or it will be the top selling Nintendo game of the year.
Yeah.
Sick. All right, Bloodworth also this week.
All right, Don, roll this Battlefield trailer.
I also have one that you didn't put on that I want to talk about.
Well, I gave you many times to tell me what you wanted in there.
I posted it. I put it in the Slack.
Oh, I thought
that's not the same thing. I had I have to cut 20 stories down to 5 or 6.
He had a last minute announcement.
Just because you put it in the news channel doesn't mean you won't tell me you want to talk about it.
When was dropped
in 20 years since I've known you,
Huber,
would I not want to talk about GTA? When would that ever happen?
Of course. I thought you were grabbing something that dropped while we were recording.
Do you know who I am?
We're recording because they did reveal 2 new characters for Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
What is this source, Huber?
Yeah. Okay.
Blood's already like, no, Blood, what are you
Just say it.
Just leaks. Everyone was
not even a story. It's not even a story.
GTA 6, we got too much stuff, Huber. Save it for next week when it's verified.
GTA reportedly will run at 60 frames on PS5 Pro. That's it. Okay. That's all. That's the headline. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
You're throwing gas on a non-situation.
Okay. Sorry.
That's why I didn't make the cut.
Well, everyone was doubting that it was even a possibility.
On the PS5 Pro?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone was like, "Oh, we're hoping for like 40 on there." Like everyone was like, "There's no way GTA 6 will run at 60."
We still don't know anything.
We still don't know, but there's hope. That's all. I love hope.
Some random dude just says it.
I love hope. Hope is the best thing.
All right. Well, I want to know what you think of this, Huber. Battlefield 6 trailer.
Looks like a friggin' 10 out of 10.
100 million player, 10 out of 10?
Dude. No, like a 10. I'm hyped.
I know.
Yeah. So they put out this, basically, I'd call it a campaign trailer.
Yeah.
Because they got a lot of faces in here. They got a lot of big cutscenes in here.
On the 31st is the multiplayer trailer.
Yeah. So that's the thing. They tease. It's not just the trailer. They're going to be revealing like live multiplayer gameplay next week.
What really stood out to me was the destruction, of course. It looks next level. This friggin' chopper like rams into this building. We don't know for sure, but I am going to choose to hope and believe right now that this is all in-game. That level of destruction. That's not like a canned cutscene or anything. That when that chopper goes into that building, that when you're playing a multiplayer match, that it will feel and look like that in a match. I also really like what they did with Masters of War Bob Dylan cover. I'm very critical of licensed music, especially in Battlefield trailers. It's always so cringe, but they sync it up to the Battlefield theme.
Yeah.
It's actually really well edited, and it gave me chills. It was sick. Obviously, Zampella, right, is working on this, producing this.
Everybody's working on this.
Yeah.
If you work for EA, you're working on Battlefield right now. Basically.
I think it is in the best hands it's ever been.
Yeah.
Battlefield 20...
I'm sure they got the Sims people working on Battlefield somehow.
Yeah, Battlefield 2042 was a letdown. It got decent over time. It's better now than it was, obviously. I would hope so. It's years and years old. But Battlefield, it just hasn't found its footing like we all know it's capable of. Battlefield 3 and 4 felt like, you all have your favorite Battlefields. It could be Bad Company. It could be 2. It could be 1942. It could be 2, 3, whatever. I feel like Battlefield 3 and 4 were kind of the peak of the franchise where it was actually competing with Call of Duty, like head-to-head, like people were choosing like, wow, I'm going to do Call of Duty. Oh man, Battlefield looks crazy. I feel like Battlefield has fallen off since 1, since 5, since 2042.
Yeah.
So this really already feels like a return to form. I'm so confident. And now all we need to do is wait, see the multiplayer trailer, and then get our hands on it. So very, very
You know what
pumped.
it feels like to me? Expensive.
Yeah, dude. High
This trailer is so
budget.
expensive. Holy crap, dude.
So high budget. And as someone who has played, not exaggerating, and finished every Battlefield and Call of Duty with maybe like 1 or 2 here and there weird spin-offs, I've always preferred Battlefield. I prefer it because it's more of a team-based game. I like the destruction. I like the different classes. I love sniping in Battlefield. It feels like one of the coolest things in video game history is sniping in Battlefield. I'm obsessed with it. And then just again, the team element. Whereas I always say, you know, Call of Duty is everyone for themselves, even a team deathmatch. You're just running around shooting people. Like, you're on your own. You're on a team, but you're on your own. Whereas Battlefield really, 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 really is a team game, and I love that.
My first Battlefield was a weird one, and it's still one that I kind of prefer in a lot of ways. Was 1943.
Love 1943. That was so underrated.
Yeah,
it was so good.
Yeah.
Fantastic game.
So that's what I mean, though. It's like that's what like when I see this,
Even
like I feel like
Heroes?
This game is expensive, and I'm just like, does it necessarily justify being this expensive?
Oh yeah,
you know, it
does.
Maybe
this is a huge franchise.
But I feel like they might be able to do more fun things, cool things, if they weren't so focused on like dudes freaking mustaches and stuff.
Well, at this point in the franchise's life, because they've been on a downturn, I feel like if they are not delivering the best-in-class destruction and pushing the entire genre forward with their destruction tech, then they're failing. Whether they like it or not, that is their...
Donkey Kong's already got them beat.
Yeah,
this is their... Like, this is the franchise's identity, for better or worse. It is destruction. So, the destruction we've seen in this brief little tease is really encouraging. So,
yeah, we will see next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Huber, again, because you didn't say anything, I don't know if you even saw this. Resident Evil 2 Deadshot testing in UK arcades.
Yeah,
dude, it looks so sick. It looks so sick.
Like they've taken like the RE2 remake and like made a light gun game out of it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And we're
so
showing some
cool.
IGN footage with a giant watermark on it. So,
It
I hope you're okay with that IGN.
It looks so cool. Sign me up, dude.
Yeah, this
and of course this
test
is not
cabinet.
Yeah, and of course, you know, Umbrella Chronicles, Dark Side Chronicles, like Dead Aim. We've had many light gun games in this franchise. But to get a brand new arcade game, RE2 themed too, I mean, Merry Christmas, dude. Where is this? Like, honestly, Merry Christmas. Please put this in an arcade close to me. But I'm sure Don will go and
hopefully we will hear about it when it actually happens.
Yeah.
Because, you know, test units, it's a little trying to be under the radar. No big announcements or anything. But hopefully, if these roll out to a lot of places, we will hear an actual Capcom announcement.
Yeah.
Don, Atari 50 getting some more DLC for this Pac-Man anniversary. Bandai DLC update chronicling the history between Namco. I guess Bandai and Namco. But no, this is more Namco. Namco Legendary Pack. That's what it's called. I don't know. I got it messed up. Anyways, the Namco Legendary Pack, talking about the relationship between Atari and Namco, the Atari versions of Pac-Man and Xevious and Dig Dug and Galaxian, new documentary stuff, new photos, new documents to poke around through, packaging, posters, all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Don?
I'm pumped. Just keep it coming, I mean,
keep it coming.
Obviously, I wish they would do include more stuff from the 90s and stuff like that. But I'm glad that they're doing this, and they can just keep moving forward. They're setting the stage. One idea we kind of when we were talking about this last week, I think Blood, when you're showing me this coming out, they have it's such a well put together package. We all have said it. This is just like the example of how to do this museum kind of quality gaming. But wouldn't it be neat if somehow they could include even if it was just little vertical slices of some of these games in not the completed sense or something, you know what I mean? Like if they came out with at the arcade show
beta builds.
Recently at the arcade show, they had a couple of machines actually that had recent mods that what the mods were doing were putting stuff from the source code back into the game that didn't make it into the original game. So you were able to play some of these
The Karateka one did a lot of that, Don. There's a lot of different versions of that game.
Yeah.
That weren't builds that were before being published and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the essentially remake that they made of Karateka, they also took things that got cut from the game and put it back in there. So that's exactly that kind of thing. So it could happen.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit trickier when you're dealing with these companies, but
it doesn't sound like an easy thing to do. Yes.
Yeah.
It would have to just be for the right situations. I'm
sure. Whereas with Karateka, it's what's in Jordan Mechner's parents' closet right now. Yeah. What discs do we have?
Yeah, but this looks excellent.
Yeah, it does.
Very excited for these.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Hubert, this is for you.
Yo.
Xbox has backed down.
Back down!
From the $80
we
price
yelled
point.
Loud enough.
Good job, Hubert. Everyone on Earth needs to give credit to Hubert for this. I mean, literally,
I was getting
it's
shit for that.
Undeniable. He went scorched earth, and they answered.
Don, I have said the craziest shit in my career, but for whatever reason, that got a lot of pushback. I was like, you're cool with $80 for this? Like, what?
You didn't back down on it, Hubert, and they blinked. Look at this thing. It's unbelievable.
Crazy.
The whole world owes you and their pocketbooks, dude. Think of all the money Huber saved people globally. If you add up all those $10, you probably saved the people of Earth a few billion.
People of Earth.
I don't know.
Yeah, so there will be no $80 games from Xbox.
Thank goodness.
This holiday season, at least.
Yeah.
And if you pre-ordered Outer Worlds 2 at that price, they will refund you, reimburse you.
Mm-hmm.
So, good there.
That's very good. They dropped the price.
They did drop the price. They did. Couple of longer, more complex ones. Splitgate 2 has done so poorly that 1047 has announced that they are unlaunching the game. And as a result, they're cutting staff, and they are also turning off servers for the original Splitgate, which I think is a really bad one, and I will not be surprised if that gets overturned because of pushback.
Yeah,
they were talking about they're going to give people ways to do their own peer-to-peer servers and stuff like that, but I just taking a game that people love, that was the whole reason you were making Splitgate 2.
Yeah, that's shocking.
And then be like, oh, we're going to take that away too. I'm like, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's not great. But yeah, so they're going to be focusing on improving the sequel. It's going back into beta essentially for a relaunch next year. On top of the dumb hat, the game lacked a ranked mode. It had very expensive bundles and cosmetics.
Very competitive game, so you would definitely want a ranked mode in there to begin with, for sure.
And the Battle Royale, because they were wanting to keep it as a surprise, it had limited playtesting before, and so then a lot of feedback was coming in, but this needs to be better, that needs to be better. So it felt like the Battle Royale was kind of a little underbaked.
Yeah.
And then apparently, some of the arenas, there were just not a lot of places to use the portals.
Yeah.
The one main thing that Splitgate is all about that's different than other shooters, they had kind of backed off on a little bit, and so now they're going to be adding in more portal walls and stuff.
Do portals in video games still excite us?
I mean, it's great in that game.
What do you think, Isla?
Does
a portal excite
you? I love
you?
a portal.
Talos Principal's got some portals, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I like a thoughtful portal. I like a thoughtful portal.
I love that.
Heat of the moment portal? I don't know.
I think the portals, at least in the first
portal.
Clickgate, I haven't played 2.
I played
I thought
the
they were
first one. It
they
was
were
fun.
pretty thoughtful. You could do some fun tricks with those portals.
It's cool.
Yeah.
The CEO Ian Prohl said, "I do feel like we bit off more than we could chew, and we have 3 games in one."
Is he the hat guy?
Yep, between Arena and Battle Royale and our map creator. So we tried to do a lot with a little, and I think we ended up with a game that's kind of like 80% of the way there 3 times, instead of 100% of the way there on fewer things.
Got it.
But they're making FPS great again.
Right.
Supposedly they were bad. I
Right.
guess.
Yeah, that's the weird thing is he's still like very staunchly like, even though the hat might have been a bad idea, I still believe in the sentiment that FPSs could be better. And I'm like, okay.
Prove it then, dog. Make a good one.
Like, we'll find out next week with Battlefield.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, where the state of FPSs are.
High stakes.
Yeah.
A lot of good boomer shooters out there. For real.
The Chinese Room. Makers of Everybody's Gone to the Rapture,
Dude.
Still Wakes the Deep, and upcoming Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2
Love
has
the
announced
Chinese
a
Room.
Allegedly.
management buyout.
And Amnesia.
Splitting the company away from Sumo Digital and regaining their independence.
That's great.
This comes after some uncertainty from Sumo, in which they said that they were going to focus less on original IP and more work with partners and licenses and stuff like that. And it sounded like they were looking to sell off the Chinese Room as well. So it's good that, like, okay, they're in charge of their own destiny. The sad thing, though, is that comes with a cost, and so they have had to let go of some people. We don't know how many people.
Frick.
But they're saying the company is now at 55. Quote, this was a very difficult process as we sought a future for the studio outside of Sumo. No more layoffs are planned as the studio moves forward.
My relationship to this company is so complicated because it's like I really love their early games. And Jessica Curry was a part of it back then, but then she kind of,
Yeah, she had to step aside a little bit.
soft retired, kind of, and I was a little unclear on like if there was any bad blood there or not, or if it was just like health stuff or like, because I remember she had said like not feeling like super respected in the industry like as a woman and stuff, and I was like, man, like if there was a bad like. So it's weird because it's like I want to support and celebrate this company, but I also hope that they were chill to her because I really love her and like she's one of my favorite composers. I just got her new record actually. It's sitting on
Nice.
my LP player or my record player right there, and it came with a handwritten note and she said my name was Lovely.
Oh, that's
And I
great.
was like, oh my God, Jessica
Wow.
Curry.
And Hugh, you played Still Wakes the Deep.
Isla would love.
Yeah.
Isla would love it, despite her intense phobia of underwater structures.
I honestly do want to try it. Like it looks creep. Like the parts that would scare me are probably not the monster, more just being outside on an oil rig.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The voice acting in that
That's
game
what I've
is
heard.
top.
Yeah,
Notch.
they actually had a lot of nominations.
that's what I've
for that.
heard.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the last one's for Dawn. Roll that beautiful footage. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is getting a free update December 5th, bringing New Game Plus and third-person camera
This
mode.
is huge. Oh my
So
God, I'm
sick.
extremely pumped about this.
So sick.
This
is
might
massive.
get me to play it.
Yeah,
God, it's
Damiani,
gorgeous.
it's the only thing, honestly,
Gorgeous.
that was like stopping this game from being like a 10 in my book. You know what I mean? Like I love like at first
A lot
when
of first-person
I
haters
remember
out
when they
there.
very initially showed it first person, it was a huge disappointment to me. Just because it's not my preferred thing at all.
Yeah.
But they do it so well in first person. It works so
It
well.
works so
the control, the traversal, the feeling of being tall and had all the
Dude,
athleticism of
coming
a Na'vi.
up to a soldier and just punching him as a Navi is so satisfying, Don.
So much of this game is extremely satisfying, high impact combat. But yeah, now to be able to switch it up and play in third person, this is like one of the biggest excitements. Definitely going to get back on board.
Hell yeah. I'm praying when I see Fantastic Four tonight they have the Avatar trailer.
They'll 100% have something
Praying.
for Fire and Ash.
I've already seen the
with this
Odyssey
game,
teaser like
too.
3
I
times.
mean, do you
I
consider the
guarantee
answer
they'll
to
have
that a
some update
spoiler,
for Fire.
Huber, or yes or no?
Don't tell me. I want to be surprised. Sick. Alrighty. It is almost time for Avatar, Fire and Ash. But before that, it's time for Love and Respect. Love and Respect.
Boy, yeah, you can't hear that shit at all, huh, down here?
That's right.
How's it feel on that side, Isla?
I mean, if I knew when exactly you started it, I could just play it in my head.
Yeah, I
and
have to
I'd-
watch for the finger.
I bet
press
my
every
internal
time.
chronometer would be pretty close, but
Keep those ears open.
those ears.
From Garrett Holfish. Hey, all. Recently, Damiani, you're so pumped. Hey, all. Recently, I've been making my way through the Metal Gear Solid series for the first time. I just finished Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
That was
These marathons are something I do when I want to catch up on a series I have no experience with. I find it really interesting to come in with a fresh perspective, finding my own favorites less connected to nostalgia. Previous marathons include Kirby, Resident Evil, Metroid, Devil May Cry, and Sly Cooper.
Nice.
Are there any series you got into really late, and did you end up marathoning multiple entries?
I mean, mine is basically the same as Metal Gear. Like I had seen a friend play a bit of the first Metal Gear, like one night, just like hanging out and like watched a lot of it. And then a friend came over with Metal Gear 2 and I'd watched a lot of that. But it wasn't until 4 was on the way that I got through those 3 games
Yeah.
for myself. And then trying to think about what else. I mean, it wasn't really a series, but similarly, I didn't play Deus Ex until Human Revolution was coming out. So did some of those previews, and it was like when I really got a new actual gaming PC, like the first time I'd had one in good 10, 15 years. Then it's like Deus Ex was one of the first things.
As it should be. For me, it is Kingdom Hearts. Played the first one when it came out. Janky as shit. Couldn't get through it. Ended up playing Kingdom Hearts 2 and was just completely lost. Didn't finish that, put it down, and then finally when 3 was...
the GBA one.
Oh, dude, Chain of Memories.
gotta-
I love
you
it
gotta
so
get
much.
that
I got to play
context.
the re-Chain of Memories version.
I didn't do this either. Don't worry, I was lost 2 and 2. I was
Oh,
yeah.
what is
another-
going
So,
on?
but when 3 was coming out or whatever, I was like, I need to make sure that I do all the side stuff, Chain of Memories, watching recoded video thing, like 358/2, all that stuff. I was like, all right, marathon time.
Another one I just thought of when I got the PC, the Half-Life series. Like Half-Life, Half-Life 2, episodes, all of that. Yep.
Orange box, 5 games, 1 box, 10 out of 10. Any other franchise playthroughs?
It's funny because I was born the same year as video games, 1985. So
NES, the birth of video
the
games.
birth of video games, first video game Mario ever. But yeah, so like I've sort of been there except for weird stuff where like my first Metal Gear was 2, but then I've played every single one as they came out,
Yeah.
I might have done this with, I was trying to remember if Myst, because I remember playing 3, 4, 5, and Uru pretty back to back, but I can't remember if that's just memory time dilation or if I actually did that. I would say I don't probably do this very much, but I don't know.
What's weird is I can't think of when I played Myst. I played all the way through that game.
Definitely
Yeah.
on.
I don't know what the context was. I
family
can't put
computer.
myself in like, was that at a friend's house? Was that at school? It wasn't on that PC that I played Deus Ex. I played it way before that.
Yeah.
When and how did I freaking play Myst? I absolutely did it.
Neighbor kid.
Must
Yeah,
have been.
must have been.
Maybe like in the school library.
Right.
Totally. Like Oregon Trail and Mist everywhere.
Oh, for sure. Zorgla, yeah. For me, Zelda's kind of, because I started at Twilight Princess and I've played all of them since, but I haven't really gone back and played them, the ones I missed. And Fire Emblem also, like, I played Three Houses and loved it, got halfway through Endure or whatever, and then I'll play the next one, but didn't go back. I don't go back. Never look back.
We have to go back, Kate.
We can't go back.
Love going back.
I love going. Yeah, well documented. I love going back.
Yeah, we were talking about Karateka, right?
Yep.
I'd never heard of that game when that thing came out. Like, this thing is freaking cool.
And then Gabby told me she's gonna marathon the whole Mafia franchise as well one day. Yes. Putting words in her mouth, of course.
Yeah, I remember when they were doing that, the digital eclipse thing. I'm like, what the heck is Karateka? It's like, not even had I not played it, I'd never even heard of it before.
Yeah.
Just like foundational, influential video game.
Oh my God.
You know,
Karateka and
had no idea.
Legacy of the Ancients, man. When you talk about that, I get so hyped. Like, it should be a show on History Channel, Bloodworth talking about Legacy of the Ancients.
I mean, I did it, and like even when I talked to when I met people in Poland and was telling them about it, I've forwarded that video to a couple of people.
Hell yeah!
But yeah, I think the Dragon Age director, I was telling her all about it after the Game Awards too.
That's so funny. All right, any others? Franchise marathons? Going once, going twice?
Didn't marathon any, no.
Got it. Thank you, Garrett. Next up is Ronnie Durham. Hello, allies. My spouse and I have been longtime viewers and listeners since the Game Trailers days. Thank you very much. And can't thank you enough for all of the knowledge, entertainment, and enjoyment. Really, thank you. Just this weekend, we attended California Extreme. Was I the only one that didn't get the memo about this?
I ran into this is the first couple I ran into like 10 minutes after the show floor opened. I ran into Randy, man.
You know, I'm not at all a conspiracy theorist, really, but like something doesn't smell right here. Like, y'all are keeping me away from California Extreme. Ulterior motives somewhere.
Okay.
Wow.
Huber's coming next year.
Jeez. The annual arcade and pinball convention in Santa Clara, thanks to the recommendation from the one and only Don Casanova.
Booyah. I told you, I met this person. I remember them. It was the first person I saw.
So sick. And wouldn't you know it, we were lucky enough to run into Don at the show. Thank you, Don, for taking the time to chat with us. I am sorry we didn't run into each other again. I still owe you that drink I promised. While there, we also checked out the Mass Effect 4D ride at the Great America Amusement Park.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, Great America's right next door is where they filmed Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Oh.
Dude!
Yes, that's why I love that place. I just gaze out my hotel window and relive all the best scenes of Beverly Hills Cop 3 every time I stay there. It's really great.
I love Beverly Hills Cop 3. This is at my beach house in Laguna. 4D Mass Effect 4D ride at the Great American Amusement Park, which was literally one block down the street from the event and a must-play for any fan. Dude. My question for the panel is, what classic arcade game would you want to see given a modern treatment, and or what modern game would you like to see turned into an arcade or pinball machine? Classic arcade game given the modern treatment, and or what modern game would you like to see get an arcade or pinball?
I have a good one for a modern game to be turned into a pinball. Actually, there's a little twist on it. This goes without saying, but imagine it. Wave race pinball. It would be sick as hell, and as many mechanical and, lighting, all sorts of effects that pinball teams have done. They've never put water, as far as I know, flowing water in a pinball machine, and no fog, no liquid mist sort of fog effects within a pinball machine that I've ever seen, and this would be the perfect opportunity to incorporate both of those, flowing water and mist.
I can think of like 4 reasons why they haven't.
Mold is the only thing I can think of. Other than that, it seems like a great idea.
Mold, rust,
there's
condensation on the glass, Smell.
I say do it anyway.
Why aren't electronics filled with water?
You are much
computers have water
more
in them.
well versed in
That's
this
true.
stuff. But has there been a Pac-Man pinball cabinet?
There has, yes.
Okay.
Yes, there has.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
I want a remake of
This
Zork
is tough.
Nemesis.
There
Modern
you go.
remake, Zork Nemesis, and then a pinball machine. I mean, Bloodborne would be the obvious answer.
Yeah, make a From Souls
FromSoft
pinball
pinball.
machine, and it's the hardest pinball machine of all time.
Yeah. And if you don't do well enough, it shoots the pinball right into your face.
Yeah.
I want a Hades pinball machine.
Oh, that's actually a good
love that.
idea.
I think there's some fun
Roguelite elements.
mechanics you could play with in there, especially with the way that they're doing them now. Yep.
Hades would probably be pretty good as an arcade machine too. Actually, they could probably update that a little bit
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
for
fit.
an arcade style game. That would work perfectly.
I could see like Slay the Spire as a arcade machine or a pinball machine.
Darkest Dungeon arcade game.
There we go.
Nice.
There's your quarter muncher, Huber.
Yeah. Darkest Dungeon beat 'em up. There it is. Arcade beat 'em up.
What about this? What about a Sims arcade game? But the twist on this is it's different from all arcade games where it's always running and the characters are always being simulated. And you pay your quarter for 5 minutes of being able to tell the characters what they can do. And you have a timer and it shows, you get a quarter for 3 minutes or whatever of input, but then it just lives. And it's like a thought experiment of how if a group would shepherd these Sims or immediately drown them in the pool.
Oh, I thought of a game actually that I played this weekend that I think is perfect for a newer console release. An update is Rygar, the classic game, 2D
Oh, yeah.
side-scrolling action game.
Rygar,
Rygar,
so
I know
brutal.
it has come out in 3D. Who is it? One of
It's
our
like PS2, right?
yeah, PS2. I've never played that version, but a new a la think of Prince of Persia, the way they recently redid that in 2D. Think of that for a Rygar treatment. I think that game is ripe because it has so much awesome, it's like a 2D platformer kind of action adventure with a bunch of mythological creatures and stuff like that. And just like they did with Prince of Persia recently, I think that'd be a really nice update to do an updated 2D console version of Rygar would be sick.
Okay. This is going pretty heavy outside the box because we don't have a lot of these here. But in Japan, how they have like a lot of like the table flipping game and like a lot of these like big, very prop heavy arcade games. Death Stranding, balancing shipping crates.
Hilarious.
I could see that with the that table flipping game that we saw
Yeah.
in Japan. Like you could have like an actual prop, where you have to balance the. That'd be kind of fun.
That's
actually.
such a funny idea.
That'd be
Yeah, that's a
fun.
funny idea. Also a good idea. Our amazing mod, Screaming Argonaut in chat, said Cooking Mama arcade game is a
That'd
brilliant
be
idea.
fun.
That sounds super fun co-op arcade game.
That one I think might be out there, but I don't know for sure.
Nice. Thank you, Ronnie. Real quick, Don, this sounds like your absolute dream. I just want to tell you real quickly about Mass Effect New Earth, that 4D thing.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
This is a 4.5-minute ride, and you sit in an 80-seat theater with a custom 60-foot 3D LED screen with 4K resolution. Here's where it gets very Dawn-esque. The audience's motion seats are equipped to simulate wind and water and are equipped
Yes.
with leg pokers and neck ticklers.
Ooh, they're always raising the bar with these 4D experiences. Leg pokers. I love the sound of that.
You gotta go on this, man. And apparently it coincides with the timeline of Mass Effect 3.
What are those
So
things?
it's like lore.
What are those things called in like Batman where you step into that statue with all the spikes and it closes in on you?
Iron Maiden.
Yes, I'm imagining that for your legs. You're just eating popcorn and suddenly the trap doors just swing shut on your ankles.
Looks crazy.
I love that.
Wasn't it the Honey I Shrunk the Audience? The Bug's Life.
Bug's Life show. They would stab you.
Stabbed you in the back with a foam stinger that was meant to not hurt, but it like hits you right in the spine and it really kind of sucked.
Yeah, it freaks me out.
Yeah.
There was 100% a Cooking Mama arcade game.
Oh my God.
I was not making
Of
that
course.
I gotta look this thing up. I've never seen that.
Crowd Control has The Sims, so you could set up a computer and just have Twitch run The Sims ad nauseum.
Wow.
Let's do it.
From Sekiro 505. Hello, allies. Currently playing through the Uncharted collection for the first time. Congrats. Thank God yellow or white paint exists now. Haha. Sometimes it isn't as obvious to know where you should be going. Yeah, especially in the first, like, Uncharted 1, there's sometimes where it's like, can I climb that? Do I climb here?
Yeah.
Like, there's some of that for sure.
Was Uncharted the first one to do that? The yellow?
No. They're saying it wasn't in those games, so that's why they're.
But I thought it was in like
was.
2.
I feel like it is, or like white smear.
I'm trying to think
has
of
a
what
little
the
bit.
first
Last
game
of Us
to do.
has a lot of yellow.
Last of Us went
2013.
fucking crazy on it. It was
Hardcore
too
yellow.
much.
Yeah.
All the Tomb Raider reboots had a lot of white paint.
I like the way that Night Rain does it, where it's like the rocks just look like little white scuff marks or like bird poop or whatever.
Yeah.
It like
Totally.
still blends in with the. To me, it's okay if it
Yeah.
blends in with the world.
I agree.
Yellow paint just makes me irritated.
My question is, what
Mirror's Edge is a
current
good call.
My question is, what current thing are you guys happy exists now that wasn't in gaming before? So just a modern
yes.
gaming
Modern conveniences.
convenience.
Well, since we were talking about Shadow Labyrinth, the one that is in there that came to mind is map markers.
Map markers.
You come across a thing, and it will mark some things automatically with a big red question mark, but other times where it's like, oh, I need the grappling ability to go up there, and there's nothing on the map to say that. So like, boop,
Yeah.
stick a little map marker there. Come back to it later.
Love that.
Yeah, that's really, really nice.
Multiple save slots. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Save.
I was gonna say
Slots.
autosave.
The struggle with saving, yeah.
Autosaves is a big one. Used to lose so much progress as a kid.
Oh my
Isla.
God.
Forgot to save.
As a kid,
yeah.
like if you forgot to save or the power went out or something,
Yeah.
you just lose like.
20 minutes back on one little death.
I had that vibe last night as I was doing something in After Effects, and I was like pretty much done with the thing. And I don't know, normally my left hand is just automatically saving, but this time I just hadn't been, and it crashed, and I lost like the whole file. Just start over. I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
Things exist now. Yeah, things we take for granted, I guess.
It's funny though. Damiani says multiple because like Zelda had 3.
Yeah.
Something
Definitely
I miss
checkpoints.
that was ruined by modern tech. SSDs are too fast, so you don't get tooltips anymore.
I know.
Although I do like the fast loading.
Oh, so do I.
That's
So
another
I,
one.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
fast load times, but
That's
like
got to be one of the best.
little tooltips are cute. Oh, rewind. That's a good one.
I
Good.
just this is a
Subtitles, hell yeah. Accessibility
This is-
features in general, like better. Could always do
Yeah.
better, but better than they used to be.
I'm really torn on one. I'd love to hear your thoughts of just like waypoints in general. Used to get so lost in video games, and I feel like now waypoints and map markers and what have you, it's a lot more clear more often than not of where to go in a video game. But then also on the flip side, like sometimes
It's too much.
sometimes it is too hands-on, and it's
Right.
like, go here, go here,
That
go
was
there
actually
now, go
one
here.
of the things
So-
that like I had a hard time connecting with some people's criticisms with Clair Obscur is like, I wish I had a map. I have a hard time getting around these levels, and I'm like, they're kind of simple levels. They're like not that complex. They're like sometimes they'll sort of branch out into like a battlefield or whatever, and it's like, okay, there's like a left path and a right path, and but it's like I didn't feel like I was getting lost in that game. So, but it's also not. Yeah, it's not giving you like a dungeon map that you can just like look at the bird's eye view and understand it. Mm-hmm. So
the good thing is nothing you do in that game matters, so it's fine.
Also, just tutorials. I feel like I've gotten so much better onboarding you for a game. Just, I feel like it always used to be in the instruction manual growing up. It's like, here's your controls in the instruction manual. But now games have like visual videos of a mechanic. It'll be like, here's the mechanic, and a video will be playing, or
that's actually really helpful because sometimes, especially with games that get like a little more complicated, just like I do what and what am I supposed like? What is the thing supposed to look like if I do it right? Yeah, and so like having that little video is like, okay, got it.
And then, lastly, the internet can be a hellscape. And, we see a lot of bad things because of the internet, yes. But on the good side, the ability to just play video games with friends so easily, so seamlessly, pretty much effortlessly, cross-play, all of that stuff. I mean, gone are the days.
Great.
Yeah. Isla, you and I have talked about all the time bringing the computers over for a LAN party to the friend's house,
For sure.
And now it's just like, hey, want to drop Fortnite? Boom. Want to do Night Rain or Rematch?
Night Rain doesn't
or
have crossplay. It's criminal.
Yeah, true. That is crazy. But just the how easy it is to connect in a game with a friend or loved one is so awesome.
Should we have
Don't take that for
connected
granted.
though?
Should we have
connected?
I don't know if we should.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I will say though,
A compelling question.
It is a double-edged sword because then like once consoles like really went full online, after Halo 2,
Of course.
then it was, then it was like basically
They started charging you for it?
No.
And of course they pay.
The
charge
time,
us.
like-
there's some bad parts too. Like I
like
said.
within the next 5 years, then basically like no one ever came over to play video games.
I know, blood.
Like, it's like
right.
you could never get people over for multiplayer anymore unless
You're right.
it was like Thanksgiving.
That's why I always cherish
This just in, Blood's friends were all using him.
Yeah. That's why I always cherish our local co-op sessions whenever those happen. When it's like, oh, this game's 4-player local. It's like, yeah, let's do it. Like, it was always so fun being in the same room as you guys playing. So that definitely has been something that has been lost. Thankfully, Nintendo likes to keep it alive, right, Damiani? The local co-op.
Nintendo keeps it alive.
Yeah.
Can you get your friends to come over and do it? That's the trouble.
They were like 4 players. Everyone else is like.
When's the new, oh my God, my voice. When's the new Mario Party with the camera function?
We have it.
Is it out?
Have it.
Yeah, it's
Blood's
out.
like,
Oh shit.
got it.
I knew we had it.
If
But
anyone
Tuesday.
reads Slack, you would know.
I know, I read Slack, Blood. I
Tuesday.
didn't know if we were allowed to say that, so I was being
Tuesday.
judicious.
Same. Isla, again, Blood gets mad at He'll
get mad
us
either
when
way.
we try
We don't
not
get
to break
Nintendo games
embargoes.
until they're out.
I had
until
thought,
they've been out
it
since
occurred
the
to
night
me that we
before.
don't usually get them because we're on the naughty list. But I was
But you
being
know-
safe, Blood.
Yeah,
I'm
it's going to be that one time
sick.
when we did get the Nintendo game early, and we're like, oh, we've got that. And Blood's like, that's embargoed.
You stupid idiot. Read Slack.
I also make that very clear. And when I-
Yes, you do, Blood. Yes, you do. All right. Any other modern gaming things that we love?
Boob physics.
Oh, my God. All right. By the way, before we get into this week's bets, Easy Allies patrons are getting 2 bonus love and respect questions. One of my favorite parts of the show, including our multiplayer journeys. This is going to be a fun one. So if you want to get in on that extended cut, become a $5 patron at patreon.com/easyallies, where you'll also get this podcast ad-free, 2 days early, You'll get access to the official Discord, and you can submit questions to Love and Respect. So we need your support, and we need those questions. So get in there. Also, if you really want to help us out, and again, like we said at the top of the show, thank you for all the new pledges and all the donations that came in over the last week or so. So really appreciate that, everyone. Love and respect. And if you really want to help us out, you can join in one of our producer tiers. Our platinum producers get a shout out on this podcast each and every week. This month's shout outs go to the legends, Jabawabs and El Thanis. Shout out. Now come join us on Patreon for those bonus questions. It's time for bets. All right, Grounded 2.
Oops.
Grounded 2 is coming.
Heck yeah, I rode an ant on Tuesday. Check out our socials to watch me ride an ant.
Sick. Ant.
Sophia said that. I still haven't seen it, but Sophia said that video was amazing.
Heck yeah. Grounded 2 hits early access next Tuesday. Imminent.
Yeah. I also played a little with Trisha Hirschberger.
So fun.
Oh, nice. Fun.
Love Trisha.
But we can't talk
so
about
sweet.
anything until launch day, so it's like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, we're just going to play it on launch day.
Yeah. How many total bugs will we see in the launch trailer, if there's no launch trailer, the most recent trailer? How many total bugs? Arrogant Child, Damiani.
101.
101 Dalmatians, 101 bugs. Whimsical Scum, Isla.
74.
74 bugs. The Wicked Worm, Daniel Bloodworth.
46.
46 bugs. Punish Castellanos, Don.
40 bugs.
40 bugs. Strange Valentine, Gabby.
20 bugs.
Fuck!
What'd you say?
20 bugs?
20?
Damn it, dude. Stole my low. I am boxed in. I knew you were going to screw me over, Gabby. I have 38 bugs.
The story trailer had like more than 60 something.
Yeah. So we
That was
will
a story
see.
trailer.
I'm hoping it's a short launch trailer.
Yeah, as launch trails, sometimes can be a little short.
Launch trailer's a minute long, but I'm thinking they might like crest a hill and there's like a
Just cram it with
army
Yeah.
of ants or something.
Yeah, I have that same feeling.
The mantis is the thing that freaks me out.
Mantis.
They had a really
Galaxy?
cute spider that you could ride on too, but because of arachnophobia, they put it like behind curtains. and so I went in there to see it. And I'm like, oh, this guy's cute.
That's awesome.
There's a jumping spider in our closet that we're intentionally not harming. We've
Heck
named
yeah.
it Peter.
I leave spiders alone because they kill more annoying bugs in my house, mainly like ants and stuff.
Actually, I'm curious because I think that is like more of a jumping spider that was, you know, they had at the event. And so if that's something you ride on in the game.
Can you jump?
Yeah, can you jump like 20 stories with that thing?
That'd be pretty sick, actually. Getting up higher was kind of a troublesome thing in the first one.
Yeah, and that's such a sequel mechanic
Yeah.
too. If it was hard in the first game, and now it's like, okay, now you can get higher a little
They
easier.
call them buggies.
That's
Oh
so
my
fun.
god. That's
All right,
incredible.
last week's bet, Donkey Kong Bananza came out last week. We're all on Goaty Watch. I asked how many times we would see the word Mario in the top 10 English reviews on Open
That is
Critic.
an amazing bet.
Damiani said 25. Bloodworth said 33. Isla was out. Don said 25 also. Gabby said 10. I said 17. Here we go. Forbes, 3 times. Hardcore Gamer, 17 times.
Good lord.
PC Mag, is Mario even on PC? 10 times. Gaming Trend, 4 times. Gaming Bolt, 6 times. A Gaming Network, 1 time. But Who, though, 2 times.
But why, though?
But why, though? Neto's Game Room 10 times. Save Point Gaming 5 times. Noob Feed 11 times.
I love how
Bringing
there are
the
no zeros. No one couldn't say Mario at least once.
Bringing the answer to Giggity 69 times. Making the winner Daniel frickin' Bloodworth.
I didn't even get halfway there. I didn't even get halfway there. That was the high.
That is so wild. Yeah. Hardcore Gamer with 17 and multiple with 10 and 11. I mean, that'll do it. Bringing the scores to Punish Castellanos 9.
Dispatch.
And right. Kind of right. Behind that, in second place, the Wicked Worm, Bloodworth.
Score is 5, by the way.
5, yes, 5. 9 to 5 to 4 to 3 to 3 to 2. Yes. Alrighty. We're catching Dawn. Catching up. All right. Some housekeeping. Isla
wait.
posted a.
Somebody, sorry, but I was like,
Uh-huh.
but why though? I became friends with Kate Sanchez from But Why Though at TennoCon. She's great.
Nice.
Anyway,
that
sorry.
isn't. Well, no.
We also had dinner with her at Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, but she was on the other side of the table.
Oh.
So we didn't really get to talk.
Isla, that's a perfect segue because you posted a whole boatload of TennoCon videos from this year.
Yeah, 5, I think.
Yeah, 3 Warframe interviews, a Soulframe interview, and the travelogue video with Luality. So be sure to check out all that TennoCon footage. Along with that, we finally gone ahead and created an interviews playlist. Look at us.
We did it.
Look at us. Yeah.
9.5 years in the game.
Really love our recent interview output. I'm really proud of it.
The thing is,
It pleases me.
We didn't have one before.
Yeah.
Because they would generally be like part of a preview, so I would just put them in the previews playlist. But it's like, as you're saying, like it's gone. And like when I was putting this together, it was kind of challenging because a lot of our interviews, because towards the end of GT, interviews like really weren't doing well.
Yeah.
And so we had started avoiding interviews, and then when we would post interviews, we would avoid like using the word interview. We'd like just pitch it as like a headline or whatever.
Got it. Smart. Smart.
And so putting this playlist together was like about 4 hours of work because like once I got the things that obviously said interview, then I like basically like scanned through the entire back catalog for anything I could find that was an interview. So
Thank you, Bloodworth.
yeah,
Everybody thank Blood.
Thank you, bud.
did not expect it to
wondering
take
how
me
long
quite
that
that
took
long.
you.
Yeah,
That's awesome. And I'm sure the patrons will be stoked about that, just in general. If you're looking for all the interviews now, they are nice and clean, nice and easy.
but going backwards through them, it was like, yeah, it was funny because there's so many the past couple of years, and then as I got to like, 2017, 2016, it was just like, oh, I found one.
Yeah.
Took a while.
There's one.
Yeah.
And reminder, Blood and I will be at Gamescom next month. We've pinned a poll pinned. We've pinned a poll pinned to the top of our...
That's over-editing into the point I make a typo anyways.
No, it sounds
Yep.
fun. I like saying we've pinned a poll pinned to the top of our Patreon.
My brain, I was so
We
confused.
pinned a poll. We pinned a poll.
Pinned a poll pins. I love this.
To the pulpit.
Oh God.
There's a poll on Patreon. You can check it out. It's at the top.
Yes, you can vote on which night you'd prefer to meet up, but it's looking like it will be Thursday. We'll meet over by the Dom, like Isla and Sophia and I did last year, and likely follow Tim Beechin to wherever he recommends. Tim was nice
Go to
enough.
Funkhouse. They've got nice bathrooms and good chicken.
Yeah, that place is cool.
It's a good combo.
Tim was so nice to take me to the FC Cologne game last year. That was with Tim. That was incredible. One of my favorite travel memories like ever now, honestly. European football game. It was incredible. So excited to see y'all there. Bloodworth, you get to shout out to anything or anyone that's on your mind this week. You get the final word, and you get to sign off with your trademark sign off.
Cool. Shout out. Oh. Shout out to Bit Summit. That was also happening last weekend. And I was watching that from afar. So, it's like just Shuhei was posting photos and Genki was posting photos. There was a concert with Uematsu there. And Sean Benson was on stage showing like Dreams of Another and Luminous Arise. It's like just like this huge Japan indie expo that's just been going and going. I think James Milkey is part of putting it all together. And one of those things that I would love to get to someday in Kyoto. That was also what was funny is seeing people like showing up at the Nintendo Museum at different times during the same day and like just missing each other.
That's funny.
Like, hey, you guys all had the same idea.
Yeah.
So shout out to Bit Summit for that. Pal World and Tanuki had their mascots out there dancing around and all this stuff.
Tanuki, dude. Oh, I'm so hyped.
There's a Tanuki demo out today too. So
nice.
double shout out. So.
Oh.
Yep. And final word. I don't know, DK Smash, I guess. Play some Bananza. Get out there, get some bananas. And we will see you before the next Blood Moon rises.
No cheese, Damiani. Ouch.